A very good afternoon, viewers, and welcome again to our show, Home Study, a collaboration between the Ministry of Education and Training and Eswatini TV. As always, I am not alone. I'm with my colleague here, Lerato Mabilisa. Lerato, say hi to the viewer.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
We're doing good. I think they're doing good. They're doing really well.
Very good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I think you know the reason why I'm great today. But we'll tell the viewer about that
a bit later.
A bit later.
Anyways, please tell us the timetable for today.
Alright, so today we have 5 languages that we're going to do. Actually 4 languages and religious knowledge. The first language that we're going to do is Siswati. The second subject that we're going to do is religious education. The third language that we're going to do is English language for Form 3. Then it's going to be English language for Form 5. Then it's going to be Siswati for Form 5. I think I'm going to repeat that again. The first language we're going to do is Siswati, and then we are going to do religious education for Form 3. Then we are going to do English language for Form 3. Then we're going to do English language for Form 5. And finally, Siswati for Form 5. Let's tell them about the social media.
Well, the social media platforms, firstly, we have YouTube, which is live when it's on your screens. It's also live on YouTube and on Facebook, right?
Yes, it's live on Facebook.
Okay.
And we also have a WhatsApp line. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to actually use all those platforms.
Yes, and if we don't give you the answer on the same day, we'll definitely give you on the next session.
All right. Tell them about my wonderful day.
Wow, today is a wonderful day for my colleague because it's her birthday. So, happy birthday to you, Nogwazi.
Thank you very much, Lerato.
Okay, Nogwazi is going to take you through to the first lesson of today. Take them through.
Before we go through the first lesson, which is going to be Siswati, we're going to take a short break and then we'll be back. Mbukeli asikumemukele ehlelweni lethu iHome Study. Namuhla ke njengoba sishido naLerato sitobe sifunza Siswati. Mbukeli tikhona letinye tinkhundla tekuthi sichumane njengoba sishido kahle naLerato kuna YouTube, sinaye Facebook kanye futhi na WhatsApp sinaye. Mbukeli namuhla angihambi ngedwa, ngihamba nazethu makhanya lotabe asifundzisa Siswati saka grade 7. Ngi-right mos ukuthi Siswati saka grade 7.
Kunjalo sisi.
Kunjalo. Unjani namuhla sethu?
Ngiyaphila kakhulu sisi, unjani wena?
Ngiyaphila kakhulu. Ingabe bomcoka be lesson yanamuhla ngabe bukanjani?
Okay, ngiyabonga sisi Nolwazi. Umcoka belesson lethu lamuhla ukuthatha umfundzi ukuthi akhone ukucamba indzaba ibukeke kungathi iliqiniso ngakusebenzisa kahle timphawu tekubhala. Nasikhuluma ngokuthi indzaba ayibe liqiniso, mfundzi ekhaya phela ungaveti na ungibhalela lendzaba yakho. Ungabe sesongivetela tintfo letivele tibonakala ukuthi cha indzaba yakho ayisiliqiniso. Angibekise nje sotawukhuluma ngokuthi ngabona umkhumbi sowugijima emgwaqweni. Siyathi mfundzi ekhaya ukuthi umkhumbi awuhambi emgwaqweni, uhamba emantini.
Okay.
Siphindze futhi sibuke ke kukona lokubumcoka balesifundo. Siye sithi sifuna umfundzi akwati ukubhala, atilungiselele kubhala indzaba yakhe yeliphepha lokucala lekuphela kweminyaka.
Okay, ngicela usitsheleke kancane ke ngenhloso yesifundo sanamhla ukuthi ingabe ekupheleni kwalesifundo udabe uhloseni.
Ngiyabonga sisi. Ekupheleni kwesifundo sethu sigadze ukuthi umfundzi ekhaya akhone ukubeka sobala ukuthi unika tinhlobo letine tekufundza indzaba libanga lesikhombisa. Kuconza sakhiwo sendzaba lephelele. Kuhlela nokubhala indzaba lecocako.
Okay ke sethu sekevakala ngicabanga ukuthi sowungachubeka ke nesifundo balaleli bafundzi.
Angibonga sisi. Ngiyabonga umlaleli ekhaya njengaloko sebangithulile ukuthi ngimthishela lotawufundisa Siswati libanga lesikhombisa lamuhla. Sitawuqhubeka ke mfundzi singakangeni kakhulu. Bengidawucela ekhaya ukuthi manje ungitfolele ipen, iruler nelibhuku lokubhala. Ngiyethemba mfundzi uvile sifuna ipen, libhuku lokubhala neruler. Nangabe ke mfundisi sokulungisile sesingaqala sibuke indzaba yethu. Lana sitawuqale sibuke tinhlobo tetindzaba. Ngiyathemba usakhumbula mfundzi ekhaya ukuthi kuleli banga lesikhombisa sifunza tingakhi tinhlobo. Sinayo indzaba lecocako, sinayo indzaba lechazako, sinayo indzaba mbono. Siphindze futhi sibe nendzaba leyinkhulumo mpikiswano. Ngiyathemba sisehamba kahle nawe mfundzi ekhaya. Yona lendzaba yethu kuze kuthi kube yindzaba lephelele ifune ibe nesakhiwo tsite. Nangikhuluma ngesakhiwo ngikhuluma ngaloku lokwakha indzaba yakho mfundzi iphelele. Singaba nesihloko, umtimba, singeniso nesiphetho. Siyaqhubeka mfundzi siyobuka kabanti ke manje. Sibuka sihloko. Nasikhuluma ngesihloko sikhuluma ngekuthi lendzaba yakho lotoyibhala ikhuluma ngani. Phela mfundzi ayibe naso sihloko kuze ukuthi nalolo ubona lesihloko athi ukuthi wo lendzaba yami lento ayifunza itakhuluma ngani lokho. Sihloko sethu ke siye sithi asisibhale mfundzi phela ekhaya sicame sibonakale bese suyasithwebela. Sona ke lesihloko sithi ke kukhona lolunye lihlobo lwendzaba lapho ingafuni khona sihloko noma lapho singakaniketwa khona sihloko lefuna wena mfundzi ekhaya utakhele sihloko naso lesihloko uyasakha sicame. Angibekise nje ukhanze ukuthi lesinye isikhathi bakunikete umuca bese bathi bhala indzaba ususela kunamagama nanga nakhona kulapho ayibe nesihloko ngoba phela nasikhuluma ngokuthi indzaba yethu indzaba lephelele nginesihloko kude ke indzaba lebabede sihloko. Ngiyathemba solo siyevana mfundzi ekhaya. Sesisibukile ke sihloko sethu ukuthi sisibhalile siyobuka singeniso sethu. Indzaba yethu ayingeniseke ngeke nje umane uqale nje indzaba soqala ngalokulegcinene akube nesingeniso. Lesingeniso ngisona lesenda lolofunza indzaba yakho abe nenkhaphu yokufuna kwathi ukuthi kwendekani kwase kwendekani kwaqhubeka kwathini. Angibekise nje sithi esikhuluma ngesingeniso sithi siba namdvonsene. Lo mdvonsene ngiyona lo wenda lolofunza indzaba yakho afune kwathi kabanti ukuthi kwendekani bese ke sowubeka ke sibeka indzaba sakho lapho lesitophendvula lo mbuto lothi bekukuphi le yakho indzaba yenteka kuphi yenteka nini yenteka kanjani. Ngiyathemba selo sikanye mfundze ekhaya ngitakwenta nje nasi sibonelo sami sesingeniso lapho ngifuneke sibuke lamagama lengikhulume ngawo lengithite angumdvonsene kuthi kuze kuthi singeniso sethu sinamdvonsene sisuke sinjani sibhaleke kanjani. Ithi ke kube ndvodzamphini awuqhamukanga kulesigameko vele ngaba sekwahanjwa etukwami. Ngicabanga lokhu nje ngikhumbula timanga letangivelela nyase enthabeni lapho ngangeluse tinkhomo tababe nginebafana bakamavuso bonkhosenhle nakhulekani. Siyobuka ke lesingeniso sethu mbukeli ekhaya sithite ke phela siba namdvonsene sitawubuka ke ukuthi ngumaphi emagama ladvonsa lolofunza indzaba yakho kuze ukuthi indzaba yakho ivakale. Sinana leligama lengithwebele lapha lelethi kube ndvodzamphini awuqhamukanga. Sibe nalapho ke sithi indzaba sethu sikhumbulile ukuthi sithi sibeka indzaba ngila sikuveta khona ukuthi indzaba yakho yenteka kuphi nyase enthabeni. Konke lokho kwenta ukuthi nalelo fundzako afune kwathi ngoba nyalo nje siyatibuta ukuthi ngabe lesegameko lesenteka sigameko tsini asengitolalela lendzaba ngiyifunze ngize ngifike nayo ekugcineni. Emva kwaloko mfundzi sibese sibuka ke umtimba. Khumbula phela ukuthi nasi sesibhala umtimba siqhubeka sibuke la kulesingeniso sethu ukuthi singenise kanjani. Kusho ukuthi lokho lotakubhala kulomtimba akuhambelane nalesingeniso ungabese nje sokuchamuka sokucala lenye indzaba. Umtimba wethu ke siye sithi siubhala kube netinzima letitsite. Inzima yokucala angibekise nje inzima yokucala ngula sokucala khona indzaba yakho phela mfundzi ekhaya ayiqale indzaba yakho singasebenzisa angibekise nje usebenzise sikhathi usho ukuthi bekungumgcibelo kwase kwentekani ngibonile ngivetile ke mlaleli ekhaya ukuthi nasiya sami isihloko sikhuluma ngani lithi mhla ngiphunyulwa etigebengweni ngaveta kulesingeniso ukuthi yenteka kuphi enthabeni nyalo ke mfundzi sale ungithatha uyongibeka enthabeni la sothi ucala khona lenzaba yakho sokucala lo mtimba sosenthabeni kwentekani enthabeni uyaqala ke uyabhala ungasho ukuthi ngathi ngisesenthabeni bangani bambobani bathi asihambe siyofuna nako sokucala lenzaba yakho sonke lesikhathi sengakangiveteli ini nathi yatimanga lokhulume ngato kulesingeniso solo ngifuna kubona letimanga nakhona la awuveti indla aqaleni kulenzima yakho uvele ubeke ukucalela indzaba uyangivetela nje kancane wehla nami kuze lenzaba yakho itovakala kahle umtimba umcoka mfundzi ekhaya ngoba ngulapho soveta khona kabandi digigaba letenteka kulenzaba yakho ngulapho sisebenzisa khona ini lulwimi lethu la sesitofike sinothe khona kuthi nyalo ke naku lolu kwenteka lehlathini kuyevakala mfundzi la kulelwimi angibekise nje ukuthi singasebenzisa tisho usebenzisa tisho uyanonga usebenzisa tenda ukuthi konke phela mfundzi lo lesikufundza ngale kuleli hlelo siphindze sikusebenzise la ndzabeni yethu la sitota tinonga khona sitodakha khona kuze kuthi indzaba yethu kube yindzaba levakalako uyaqhubeka ke nayo umtimba wakho mfundzi wehla nayo sovetile lecaleni ukuthi kwendekani wehla nyayo uze uyofika esiphethweni sale umtimba nangikhuluma ngesiphetho ngikhuluma ngala sowufika khona ngasegcineni ngoba phela utabe ushito mfundzi khona la kulomtimba ukuthi utangivetela ukuthi indzaba yakho yenteka lemfuleni le enthabeni iwaqhubeka phela nayo indzaba yakho okwem so ngivetela inkinga ngoba umtimba ngila sitoveta khona inkinga leyenteka phindze sivete sicatululo yaphela njani lendzaba yakho ungakafiki egcineni kwayo ngiyethemba mfundzi solo sikanye kanye nase sibhalile ke umtimba wethu sibese siyokwabhala siphetfo ke ngilaso igoqota khona lenzaba yakho iphela kanjani indzaba yakho ingaphela ngokuthi angibekise nje kungenteka kube ufuna kuveta sifundvo tsite lositfolile noma ufuna kulayela abantu noma ufuna kuxwayisa abantu ngendvo le kondakalela wena le enthabeni nakhona mfundzi ngicagcizelela la ukuthi usayibhala lenzaba yakho phela veta tonke tigigaba letendeka ungabese nje sohamba uyahlangahlanganisa noma le yakho indzaba ayisaveti inkinga seqhamuka nesombululo ayibe khona inkinga siveta emtimbeni siveta esiphethweni siqhubeke ke emfundzi sithiteke sibuka siphetho sethu lapho sengithite siyasonga khona so uyasho ukuthi kwendeka naku kwaphela kanje sengifika egcineni nje mfundzi ngicela kusonga ukuthi la besitofunza indzaba kubhala kwethu kwenzaba sesibukile ukuthi sibhala kanjani indzaba yethu ayibe netinongo ayibe nesingeniso ayicace nje ukuthi ibhaleke kanjani siphetfo sibonakale indzaba yakho ingashiyi ilenga lokunye ke lesingakungeta la mfundzi singangeta ukuthi phela letimphawu nato lesitifundza kungale hlelweni atibonakale kulendzaba yakho awusebenzise nje bongci usebenzise bokhefane usebenzise bofeleba siyakhumbula phela mfundzi ukuthi nasikhuluma ngafeleba sikhuluma ngekuthi sikhuluma ngeligama lesilisebenzisako uma sibhala sibongo semuntu sibhala ligama lemuntu noma uqala umusho uyavama ukusebenzisa yena feleba ngiyabonga mfundzi kufika la ngiyethemba utfolile lesikufundzile lengitakucela nje mfundzi kuloko lesikufundzile asongibhalele phela newakho umsebenzi ngibone ukuthi uvile yini ukuthi besifundzisa ngani utangibhalela ke indzaba yakho ekhaya lenesihloko lesithi umshado lo wangishiya ngimangele kakhulu usangibhalela ke mfundzi lendzaba yakho ngicela unake nakho utihlolo ngalamanye amagama tihlolo ukuthi yakho indzaba inaso yini sihloko yakho indzaba inaso yini singeniso yakho indzaba ukhona yini umtimba kulomtimba utifakile usebenzisile yini lulwimi ufakile yini tisho usebenzisile yini imizwa ngoba phela akubonakala ukuthi kwentekani kube nemizwa nangikhuluma nje ngekuthi ngathi ngithi cha Mthushu ngambona avela ehlathini lo cha Mthushu dinongo tethu tonke lethu disebenzise lapho mfundzi inzima ngayinye yenda siqiniseke ukuthi inato tinongo lotibhalile tinongo takho bese ngishito dingaba denta ukuthi dingaba disho dingaba noma ngayini lo ngakusebenzisa ngisa koqoda nje bengishito ukuthi ngicela ubuke naku uyangibukela ukuthi yakho ibhaleke kahle tikhona tinongo sebenzisile yini ilwimi kahle iphetheke kahle ngiyathemba konke lokho kutawubhaleka mfundzi
zethu kunembuto lana maybe lengaba nayo kumbe nembukeli la ngaba nayo ukuthi ngishiyekile kuleti hlobo tetindzaba ngicela ukuthi mawungazama kuphinza leyo ndzaba leyo
letinhlobo tetindzaba
yes tinhlobo tetindzaba
sithi ke tinhlobo tetindzaba lesitifundzako kuleli banga lesikhombisa tine sinendzaba lecocako sinendzaba lechazako sinendzaba mbono sinendzaba lengikhuluma umbhikiswana
okay ngileto tinhlobo tetindzaba
yebo ngileto tinhlobo lesitifundza
ngiyathemba ukuthi umbukeli ukutholile konke lokho babukeli ngicela ukuthi siyisebenzise le WhatsApp number sisende imibuto lesingaba nayo singambuta thishela noma ngabe yini lesingafuna kumbuta wona ngale lesini lesiyendako namuhla ngicela ukuthi sithathe nje ilikhefu lelincane kuze maybe nazethu anathe emandana nje kancane siyabuya khona manje.
Hands come in all shapes and sizes. Indeed, one of God's greatest inventions. It is amazing what you can do with those hands. But watch those hands. They can kill you. Wash your hands regularly with water and soap. With our hands, we will beat coronavirus. My cleanliness is my life.
The basic protective measures against the new coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently and thoroughly with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand rub. Maintain social distancing. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Hands touch many surfaces and can pick viruses. Once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your eyes, nose, or mouth. From there, the virus can enter your body and make you sick. Practice respiratory hygiene. Make sure you and the people around you follow good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose the used tissue immediately. If you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical help early. Stay home if you feel unwell. Follow the directions of your local health authority. Stay informed and follow advice given by your healthcare provider.
Mbukeli siyakwemukela futhi ehlelweni lethu i-home study. Zethu ngicabanga ukuthi ungazama nje ukuthi umane usummarize nje tinshwana letincane. Umbukeli kumbe unembuto latoba nawo, maybe ulahlekile before, unembuto latoba nayo tosebenzisa WhatsApp number noma utosebenzisa YouTube ukuze asibute imibuto. So ungachubeka Zethu.
Okay, ngiyabonga sisi nolwazi. Kugoqoda nje mbukeli ekhaya. Ngingagcizelela kakhulu ukuthi usayibhala lenzaba yakho. Akube nika sithombe sokuthi ukhuluma ngani. Ungalahleke nje. Ungathi ubhala inzaba la sengalahleka ukuthi uthini. Angibekise nje inzaba yakho sishido ukuthi ayibe nesingeniso. Ayibe nesihloko. Sihloko sakho sishido sathi siyasibhala siyagcama. Kubuye ke singenisweni nesingeniso sakho asibe singeniso lesinamfonseni lesitawukwenda lona lofunza inzaba yakho abe nenkhaphunkaphu yokufuna kwathi ukuthi yini leletawulandzela umshiye wena unembuto thide nawe ke mfundzi usayibhala la uyibhala ngathi uphendvula imbuto lethide khumbula ukuthi esingenisweni sikhulume ngokuthi kubunesibeka ndzaba sibeka ndzaba sakho lesiphendvula nembuto lethi lenzaba yakho yendeka kuphi yendeka nini kanjani ezi usaqhubeka nayo lenzaba yakho uyibhala ayihambe lembuto lesiyivetile kulesingeniso ibe iphendvuleka kuthi wo naku kenyalo sengiyeva ukuthi le yami inzaba yendeka kanjani sesivetile ukuthi yendeka njengale lengiyibekisile yendeka kuphi entsabeni salokuchaza ukuthi seyendeka kanjani wehle nayo uyofika esiphethweni siphethwe nglaso goqota khona inkhulumo yakho lengakugcizelela sisi kakhulu kubhaleni kwenzaba ukuthi umfundzi ekhaya akakusebenzisa kakhulu kufunza tindzaba ngoba lokufundza tindzaba kumenda kuthi abe akhona kuba nelwimi lelinothile lapho atalisebenzisa nasekabhala indzaba yakhe nayifunza nayo lendzaba abe khona asebenzise ngathi nje mina sebenzisa ipenseli mfundze ekhaya kulencwadi yakho etindzaba la utohle udwebela khona emagama lamasha lawo magama lamasha ungagcinwa kwadwebela kepha phindze wathathe uyowakha imisho ngawo naso yokha imisho ngawo kutaba melula kuyohamba uyowasebenzisa nasesibhala indzaba ngoba vele lelwimi side silicosha la ekufundzeni ungafunza liphepha ungafunza tindzaba takho incwadi etindzaba utawulitfola lelwimi.
Okay ke sethu kunembuto ke lobuya kumbukeli ekhaya uthi nawubhala indzaba yini lokuyenda ibe mnanzi ikakhulu kade ekwakheni isithombe umconzo for lo muntu lofundzako.
Sikhulumile sisingamfonseni ukuthi indzaba yakho kuze ukuthi ibe mnanzi ayibe namfonseni lo mfonseni ngilapho sisebenzisa khona donke lamagama lanka latinongo angibekise nje ngoba sikhulume ukuthi ayikudonse izofika egcineni lendzaba ungasebenzisa tenda ukuthi
Zethu ngicela ukuphatamisa kancane
angibekise nje nganasibonelo
yes
ngicela nasibonelo sami la lengithi mina indzaba yakho ayisebenziswe lulwimi nanayo imali sibonele sami nithi la selibandvu badze nensika seyiwile la sinanagama lelithi libandvu badze nensika insika sisho sichubeke futhi sibe nanagama lelithi thu lithi chamthushu lithi bi onke lekamagama langa alulwimi lwenkhulumo lena nje lethi nensika seyiwile ligama lelisisho lekalisebenzisako umfundzi nakabhala indzaba akusiko kona kodwa singasebenzisa nokusetshenziswa kwelulwimi sifundzile ngetinhlobo temagama kukhona emagama labomcondvo fana kukhona emagama labomcondvo phikisa kukhona emagama lasho lokunyendi lilinye nalapho ungawasebenzisa kuze ukuthi yindzaba yakho ibe ngilevakalako ibe mnanzi angibekise nje utawukhuluma ngokuthi ngasi nangifika ehlathini ngakhanza libulo letinyosi konke lokho kwenta indzaba yakho namagama lathi thu senta kuthi lesi bekumnyama thu ngathi lwangithi bi luvalo konke lokho sithi ukuthi nongo lokwenda lendzaba yakho ibe mnanzi
Okay, zethu ngiyakuva kahle. Kunalo omunye umbuto futhi lophuma kuyena umbukeli uthi umbukeli ke nangabe sikala singeniso usikala ukuthi sibeka ngakanani ubuta lokho umbukeli.
Singeniso sakho siye sithi asingengci emgceni lemine ingaba mithathu. Singeniso sakho asifane nesiphetho sakho. Budze baso akufane nesiphetho.
Okay. Kulomunye ke umbuto futhi lobuya kumbukeli ngicela ukuthi uma ngabe uphendula lemibuto futhi umkhombise umbukeli lento lokhuluma ngayo lapha kulama slide ngoba yebo akaboni yena. Uthi ke lomunye umbuto kumbe lona so ungaba wegcina ukhona yini umehluko wekubhala sihloko ka form 3 na ka grade 7 usho kanjalo lo mbuto.
Sihloko senye
Okay.
sihloko senye ngichazile ecaleni ukuthi indzaba indlela lechamuka ngato ihloko kukhona leni labata uchamuka bakubhalele khona lesihloko mhla ngiphunyula etigebengweni kukhona futhi nalabo batakufihlela khona batakuniketa khona nje umuca noma kwenza tjanyana nje bathi bhala indzaba ususele kunamagama lathi angibekise nje ukuthi kungaba ngemagama lathi how kanti nemumflo ngasiso sihlobo sakho angangisitha bese bathi bhala indzaba usho ukuthi bekwende njani uze usho lamagama lawo ngolapho ke utabese utakhela wena lesihloko ngoba indzaba angeke ibe indzaba ide sihloko.
Siyabonga kakhulu zethu bekungizethu loyo wakamakhanya babukeli lobeka sifundisa siswati saka grade 7 ngiyaloke sesitothatha likhefu lelincane utobuya umlingani wami Lerato nesifundo se religious education siyabuya khona manje.
Sanibonani maswati lamahle. Libito lami ngingumbongeni ngwakambengu Sibongo. Ngikusebenza ngilapha eSwatini Observer. Kulo msebenzi wami ngikhanza ukuthi ngisebenza kakhulu ngokuthinza emaphepha lafika ehhovisi lami. Kanti futhi sengikhanzene ukuthi kusoba ngiyathanda ukuthinza. Ngaleyo ndlela kufanele ukuthi kanjani ndihlale ndihlobile sisonke isikhathi. Ukuhloba kwami impilo yami.
Good afternoon and welcome to Home Study, a collaboration between the Ministry of Education and Training and Eswatini TV, a program which is airing live on our YouTube channel. My name is Lerato Mabilisa. With me today is Nomfundo Dlamini, who is going to be teaching RE for JC learners. Along with her is Linda Mamba, who is going to be our sign language interpreter, alongside with Zanele Mota. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Lerato.
How are you?
I'm good, Lerato. How are you?
I'm all right. So I'd just like to ask, what are we going to be learning about today?
So today we're looking at Jesus' entry into Jerusalem.
Yeah.
As we know that is where Jesus Christ was supposed to be crucified. So this is the Passion Week and Jesus Christ is entering Jerusalem for that mission.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So what would you like your learner to have learned by the end of the lesson? What are your objectives?
By the end of this lesson, the learners should be able to narrate the story, give an account of the story, and also explain how the story is important or significant.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Please take us through.
As Lerato has introduced me, I will be teaching religious education in the JC level, which is Form 3. And today we are looking at Jesus' entry into Jerusalem. And by the end of this lesson, you should be able to narrate, to give an account. You should be able to narrate. You should be able to narrate Jesus' entry into Jerusalem. You should be able to explain the significance of Jesus' entry into Jerusalem. You should be able to also explain the symbolism of the cult of Mount Olivet, spreading the garments and the branches. You should also be able to analyze the character of Jesus and the Pharisees. So that is why it is important for you to listen attentively as the lesson progresses. Before we move, before we talk about before we look at all the objectives, it is key that we know the whole story. So we should, as the first objective is that we have to give an account of the story. So it is important for us to first know the story. This story is found in the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 1 to 11. It is also found in the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 28 to 24. For my lesson, I have used the book of Luke. So Jesus Christ is embarking on a journey to Jerusalem. So thus today we are talking about his triumphal entry into Jerusalem. Jerusalem was the main city in Palestine. It was the city where the temple of the Lord was situated. So it was important. So Jesus Christ entering into Jerusalem, it is for his mission, which is the crucifixion and the death of Jesus Christ. So he goes there for Passover like all other Jews, but we know already that it was his last week. It was his last week before his death. So and we can relate to our present situation. This is the last week of Jesus Christ. If things were normal, we will say that the previous Sunday, the Sunday that was just from, is Palm Sunday, the Sunday on which Jesus Christ entered Jerusalem riding on a colt. As we are approaching Good Friday, the coming Friday, it's supposed to be Good Friday. That's the Sunday was supposed to be the Palm Sunday. So if things were normal, this was going to be the Holy Week. Let me go back to the triumphal entry into Jerusalem. So we read from the book of Luke that when Jesus Christ was in Galilee, he took his disciples and headed for Jerusalem, where they were supposed to celebrate the festival of the Passover festival like any other Jew. Remember, Jesus Christ was a Jew and respected all Jewish traditions. So Jesus Christ, on his way to Jerusalem, and when they drew near a place called Bethphage and Bethany at the Mount of Olivet, he sent two of his disciples to go out to a village opposite to where they were at that time. And he gave them these instructions: go to the village opposite, where you will find a colt tied. It is a young colt that has never been ridden. So it is not just any other colt. So when the disciples went out, carried out the instructions as given by Jesus Christ. So when they went out and carried out the instructions as given by Jesus Christ, they found the colt as instructed. It was tied, it was young, and they untied it as Jesus Christ had instructed them to do. The owner of the colt asked them, "Why are you untying it?" And they replied, "The Lord has need of it," as Jesus Christ has said they must say if they are asked about about it. So they said that the Lord has need of it. They took it back to Jesus Christ, who sent for the colt. Upon arrival there, they took out their garments. They threw the garments on the colt before setting Jesus Christ on the colt. They also threw their garments on the road in which Jesus Christ will ride on the colt, and headed for Jerusalem. As they were heading for Jerusalem, as they were going along, the multitudes who were with Jesus Christ started shouting praises with a loud voice, saying, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord." The Pharisees who were with the crowd were so worried and asked Jesus Christ to rebuke them, to rebuke them and to tell them to be silent. And Jesus Christ said, "I tell you, if these people were to be quiet, the very same stones will cry out." So he could not stop them. So that is how Jesus Christ entered Jerusalem victoriously. That is why it is called a triumphant entry. He did not just enter. It was not just an ordinary entrance, but it was a triumphant one. We can see in this picture, it demonstrates or it illustrates Jesus entering Jerusalem. We can see him in the colt, which he read, and it looks very small on the picture. Thus it was small and an innocent one that has never been ridden. Yeah, people carrying palm leaf trees, spreading them on the road on which he went. Some were spreading their garments. Yeah, some people spreading their garments. So this is an illustration of the triumphant entry into Jerusalem. And in the picture, there are a lot of people shouting, proclaiming that Jesus Christ is the King. Why then is it important for us to learn about the triumphant entry into Jerusalem? Why is it important? It fulfills an Old Testament prophecy. It's a fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. Old Testament prophets, like the prophet Zechariah, in the book of Zechariah chapter 9, says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout aloud, O daughter of Jerusalem. Lo, your king comes to you, triumphant and victorious is he, humble and riding." Yes, Miss Lerato.
I have a question from one of the viewers saying, what was the significance of garments thrown on the colt before use by Jesus?
Oh, that's a very good question, and we are going to look at that's a very smart student. That learner has discovered that it has a symbolic meaning. We are going to talk about the symbolism of the colt, the garments, as well as the branches which were laid on the road when Jesus Christ was on his way to Jerusalem.
Okay, thank you very much for answering the question, ma'am.
Yes, okay, thank you.
So we have another question which says, what was the triumphal entry symbolizing?
Yes, thank you for that one too. We are going to look at the symbolic meaning of the entry into Jerusalem, because it was not just an ordinary entry, but it was one that was showing how Jesus Christ was the King of glory, how Jesus Christ was the Messiah.
Okay, thank you very much. A kind request or to you viewers, please do not call the WhatsApp line. It's only for WhatsApp. So if you want to call, we'll give you another number to call on a bit later in the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lerato. Let's move on then, my wonderful learners, and look at the significance of the triumphant entry. I have said already that it fulfills Old Testament prophecies, and I've given one example of that is found in the book of Zechariah, chapter 9, verse 9, which says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout aloud, O daughter of Jerusalem." Yes, daughter of Jerusalem. "Lo, your king comes to you, triumphant and victorious is he, humble and riding on a colt." Jesus Christ entering Jerusalem, riding on a colt, fulfills the prophecy that is what he was going to do when that is how he was going to enter Jerusalem. It is also important because it shows that Jesus Christ was the Messiah of peace. Here is Jesus Christ entering Jerusalem, riding on a colt, a donkey, a peaceful and humble animal. Jesus Christ could have chosen, as a king, he could have chosen to use a chariot. He's a king. A horse. But it was not going to be suitable for the situation that Jesus Christ wanted to present. A horse is an animal that was used in wars. So it is not a peaceful animal. And besides that, it represents wealth. So during those days, horses were for wealthy people. And Jesus Christ, as a humble person, he did not want to use such an animal. Also, it was important because it was a sign of Jesus's humility. To show humility, Jesus had to use such a humble animal as a colt, such a humble animal as a donkey. That shows that he was humble. That shows that he was not interested into earthly kingship. And lastly, it is a revelation of Jesus's identity. This is where we learn who Jesus is. He is the Messiah. And how do we learn that? The crowd proclaimed, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord." Oh, now we know Jesus is the King. And he is not just any ordinary king. A king that comes in the name of the Lord. That is the Messiah. That is who Jesus is. So that his entry into Jerusalem reveals who he really is. Yes, someone posed a question about the symbolic meaning of the actions, the events, and of the story. So let's get now to the symbols and meanings. Symbols and meanings. Yes, we see Jesus Christ entering Jerusalem riding on a colt. A colt, I have said, is an animal that represents what? Humility, peace, and purity. It's a humble animal. It's a peaceable animal. It represents purity. When Jesus set out his disciples to the opposite village when approaching Jerusalem, he says that the colt will be tied, one that has never been ridden before. Not being ridden before represents purity. It's pure. And it also represents the purity of Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ is a person with a very good sense of humor, a peaceful person, and a pure person. Thus, he had to ride on this animal that will represent who he was.
Sorry,
And then-
ma'am. There's a question.
Oh, okay. Let me.
The
take
question
it.
says, what is the sign of Jesus' humility?
Can you repeat the question?
What is the sign of Jesus' humility?
Him being a peaceful person, a humble person. Jesus Christ was king, as well as he was the Messiah. Jesus Christ knew that he was the Messiah. He knew that he was the king, but he did not want to associate himself with earthly kingship. That is humility. He did not want to associate himself with earthly kingship. That is why he chose to ride on a humble animal as a donkey.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for giving us the answer to that question. Please carry on with the lesson.
Thank you, Lilarato. And then there is also Mount Olivet. Jesus appeared from Mount Olivet. Mount Olivet is where the Jews expected the Messiah to emerge from. So it fulfills the prophecy made in the Old Testament that the Messiah will emerge from Mount Olivet. So him emerging from Mount Olivet fulfills the prophecy and also proves that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. They expected the Messiah who will emerge from Mount Olivet in such a way that Mount Olivet was so important in the Jewish context. You will find people going to the Mount Olivet to just touch it with their hands, and they believe that salvation will come, because the Messiah who will emerge from Mount Olivet is going to free them from oppression, is going to free them from the Roman rule. And then there is also the garments which the disciples spread on the colt and on the road on which Jesus rode. Those garments symbolizes submission. It showed that the people were submitting to Jesus as king. They were accepting him as king. In Judaism, that is what people will do to show submission to their king. They will spread their garments to show that they submit to their king. This can be a very good example of in our own context in Swaziland. It's good that we are ruled by a king, and we know that whenever there are functions and the king will grace those functions, there is always a red carpet that is laid where the king will walk on. He does not just walk on the ground. That is the very same thing that was done in Israel at the time of Jesus Christ. So that is why we can safely conclude that the people or the disciples taking off their garments and spreading them on their colt and on the road was a sign or a symbol of submission and accepting Jesus Christ as king. Let's move on then and look at the palm leaves. The palm leaves which the people spread also had a symbolic meaning. We saw the palm leaves on the picture that I showed earlier on, people spreading palm leaves on the road to Jerusalem. That is a sign of victory. That is why this is even called a triumphant entry. It's a victorious one. I said earlier on, it is not just an ordinary entry, but it's a victorious one. So as a sign of victory, they decided to do what? To spread the palm leaves, which shows that they are victorious. Why victorious? This was towards the end of Jesus's journey. and it was about, he was about to fulfill his mission which God has sent him on earth for, to be crucified on the cross. That is where the victory comes from. Also, the shouting of the multitudes also has a symbolic meaning. They shouted, the multitude shouted, "Blessed is he who comes, blessed is the king who comes in the name of the Lord." Here the multitudes proclaim that Jesus Christ is king. Before this, it was not known who Jesus Christ is. They did not know that Jesus Christ was king. And nobody has ever said that Jesus Christ was king. Even Jesus himself, he had not even told his disciples that he was king. But here, on his entry, the multitudes shout, "Blessed is the king who comes in the name of the Lord," proclaiming that Jesus Christ was the king and the Messiah. So Jesus' identity is revealed through the shouting of the multitudes. Another important thing, learners, to note when we are looking at this story is characterization. Here we are going to look at the character of Jesus as well as those of that of the Pharisees. Jesus Christ is seen as a humble, peaceful, and bold person. How is Jesus Christ seen as a humble person? Jesus Christ is seen as a humble person in the sense that as king, he would have chosen, or he would have opted for a better mode of transport. But he decided to use a poor one, a humbled one, which is a colt, a donkey. We have said already that a donkey is a peaceful animal. That shows that he is the king of peace. He has come to bring peace. And we can also say that we learn from the story that Jesus Christ is bold. Look at the Pharisees. They try to silence the crowd. They told Jesus Christ to rebuke the crowd and tell them to be silent. But Jesus Christ is bold to say, you know what? This has to happen. It has to be proclaimed that I am the king. He says, if these were silent, the very same stones will cry out, meaning no matter what, but this has to be proclaimed. Okay, let's move on and look at the Pharisees. What we learn about the Pharisees from this story is that they were hypocritical. Jesus has said a number of times in his teachings that the Pharisees were hypocrites. Beware of the Pharisees, the hypocrisy of the Pharisees. They were hypocrites. So here we see their hypocrisy in the sense that they wanted Jesus Christ to silence their disciples. That was political. They wanted him to silence them because they pretended to have Jesus' interest at heart. They wanted him to be silent so that the Roman governors or the Romans will not give them problems. They will not give them problems about the noise that have been made. Yes, Lerato.
As you're about to round up, I have two questions. The first one is, the viewer says, please repeat the narration of the triumphal entry. And then the second one says, explain two reasons for the significance of the dedication of Jesus. So the first one is, please repeat the narration of the triumphal entry.
The second one?
The second one, explain two reasons for the significance of the dedication of Jesus?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll take the first one. I'm not sure about the second one. It looks like it is way out of the topic that we are tackling today. Can I hold the first one, repeating the narration of the story that I am talking about today? Can I do that at the end of my lesson? I guess it will have more effect than now, for the sake of that learner who is following where we are now.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. So I was saying that the Pharisees were hypocrites. So they silenced the crowd not because they had Jesus's interest at heart, yet they pretended that was the case. They had their own reasons. They did not want the crowd to proclaim Jesus as king. They will do anything to stop anyone from proclaiming Jesus's kingship, from proclaiming that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. So it was political. We can also say that they were political. They wanted to maintain their relationship with Rome, with the Romans. So if Jesus causes a stir in town, it was their duty as allies of the Roman Empire to stop them, to maintain that. Also, we can say that we see spiritual blindness. Spiritual blindness in the sense that it was not spiritually revealed to them that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. We see when they asked Jesus to rebuke his disciples, he says that if they will stop shouting, the stones will shout, meaning that it was bound to happen. It was bound to be proclaimed. He was bound to be proclaimed as the Messiah. It's moving on. We'll look at the moral lessons that we get from the story. The story is that it is important to be humble as a Christian, as Jesus was humble. It is also important to be peaceful as a Christian, as Jesus comes in peace. He is the King of peace. It is important to be bold, as Jesus was bold when the Pharisees said he must rebuke his disciples. We learn a lot about the character of Jesus. He is humble and he is also peaceful. Yes, we can also say that we learn from the character of Jesus Christ that we must also be like him. That is what Christians do. They want to be like Jesus Christ. Before I get to my conclusion, I would like to give you this work which you are going to do and use the WhatsApp number that Miss Lerato has given to you. Do you think Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem really revealed him as the long-awaited Messiah? Give reasons for your answer and show that you have thought about different points of view. I am sure you are going to get this one correct. We thank you for being with me as the lesson progressed. We have learnt how Jesus entered Jerusalem. We have learnt the importance of Jesus' entry into Jerusalem. We have learnt the symbolism that is found in the story, the characterization, as well as the moral lessons that we learn from the story. Can I go back, Lerato, to your question?
Unfortunately, there's not enough time, ma'am. So, thank you very much for being with us today. And today we've learned about humbleness and peacefulness. So be peaceful, be humble, and be loving, like my name, Lerato. We're taking a commercial break and we'll be back for the next lesson.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. Stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Buhle bethu imvelo yethu. Buhle bethu tindzawo tethu. Indalo yashada nemasiko kuhle kwethu. Kuvakasha kwethula umthwalo emahlombe ethu. Hloma ngwane vuka uvakashe indlela uyikhombe etindzaweni tethu. Temvelo nembukiso ungcebeleke uthathe netithombe. Lalela ke nangu sonkondlo waseswatini akutekela ayibeka indzaba ayihlela kuhle kwelijaha lishela ngiyakutshela diningi tindzawo longativakashela hloma ngwane vuka uvakashe la phana lapha kuvakasha kuyayelapha enhlitiyo kanye nemqondo kuyawuphumuda kuqinisa buhlobo nebungane losebundenga ndenga with a trip to Mantenga Falls or a sip among friends of Sibebe Brew on Sibebe Mountain, or perhaps your cup of tea is backpacking and horse riding, sightseeing the seamless streams and springs that stream across the gorgeous valleys of the mountainous kingdoms of Eswatini. We have you covered. Hloma ngwane vuka uvakashe buhle bethu yimvelo yethu buhle bethu ngabuthola nasebantwini bethu.
Lona ngulezinkosi induna yetempilo. Lamuhla ngiyachubeka ngosata sibe sigeze tandla ngemanti lahlobile nesipho. Noma ngiyiphi isipho lekhona ekhaya. Geze tandla takho. Wena sho sitandla takho utigeza yonke indzawo. Wasule tandla bese uthatha lolo suka ngako uvale inkomo. Uhloba kwami impilo yami. Siyabonga.
Welcome back. We're still airing live, and if you've just tuned in, my name is Lerato Mabilisa, or as most would have it, Love. Well, today I'm going to be with Miss P. Dlamini, and she'll be taking us through for English language. Well, ma'am, do you sing? You look like a singer to me. Do you sing?
Yes, I do sing at church.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Which church do you go to?
I go to Jesus Calls Worship Center in Matapa.
Okay, there you have it. She sings and she goes to JC, and she's also a professional. Lot of talent right there, hey? With her is Tobile Fagute and Nompumelele Hatebe, who are going to be our sign language interpreters. Hello, ma'am. I've already said hi, right?
Yes,
okay. What are we going to be learning today?
Today's lesson is basically focusing on reading, which is one of the important skills that a learner must have when they are trying to develop in the learning of English language.
Okay, thank you very much. What should the viewer, or rather the learner, be aware of? Like, what should they know by the end of the lesson?
Well, by the end of the lesson, the learner is actually expected to appreciate that they need to have the ability to read different varieties of text. They also need to be able to know that there are different types of reading, and in those different types of readings, the learner is expected to know them and actually use the skills that are attached with that type of reading.
Exciting. Okay, then let Miss P take us through without wasting any further ado.
All right, thank you very much, love. So I will now go through the lesson, reading. In the English language, we are basically focusing on 4 very important skills. That is your reading skill, listening skill, writing skill, and your speaking skill. So these skills, they differ in what they aid or what they help the learner to achieve as they try to understand or develop in the language. Firstly, I will start with talking about the 2 skills which I normally term, or which are termed as receptive skill. We have reading and listening. These are 2 receptive skills. These are 2 receptive skills in which the learner actually has the ability to learn and develop in the language. We also have 2 skills that are productive, which is the speaking skill and the writing skill. The speaking skill and the writing skill, actually these are skills whereby the learner is expected to actually find themselves having developed, that is producing the language, creating proper sentence structures, creating proper paragraphs, and also having the ability to create, let's say, larger pieces of text, maybe a composition or a narrative. Maybe one may ask themselves, why are we actually focusing on reading? There are many benefits of reading, but I'll only just highlight a few of them. Firstly, reading is interesting and entertaining. When one reads, you get lost in the text. You find yourself actually feeling what the speaker, or what the writer rather, is trying to express. Sometimes you may find yourself feeling happy, or you may find yourself even sharing a small laugh based on what the writer wants you to understand. Also, reading allows one to be very imaginative, and it also expands your world. What do I mean by those 2 important things? That is, when it allows you to imagine, I may say, or I usually say to some learners, that it means that reading can take you places that you've never gone to, places that maybe you'd never go to, but the book has taken you to that place. It also aids the learner to develop in their use of language skills. That is how they are able to expand in their vocabulary. That is the words that they use, and also how they are able to expand in understanding their spelling. Touching on these 2, which is vocabulary and spelling, why am I really interested in these 2? These two are important because the learner normally has a problem with choosing the appropriate vocabulary items to use in a specific context. Others, they have a problem with producing the correct spelling because you find that the learner has not been visually exposed to those words. So when we encourage learners to read, we are actually trying to tell them that expose yourself, expose how you are going to find yourself using structures, and also expose yourself in how different words are used in a text and in a situation that has been presented. Okay. This takes us to the other types of reading. We have different types of reading that I just want the learners to actually find themselves looking at. But before that, let us look at what does the learner need to have command of. As a learner, you need to know that, or you need to find yourself that you are exposed to text that are presented in a variety of forms. That is, you must know how to read, maybe let's say a magazine, a newspaper, how to follow a recipe, how to even answer a form, how to find yourself lost in the world of poetry that the poet has written for you. So you must have command of different types of reading materials in which you as the learner, you have actually read and you read them day to day. Let's now go to the types of reading. I have actually grouped our types of reading into two. We have what is called intensive reading. By intensive reading, I normally say that this is the one reading that allows you as the learner to find yourself being exposed or trying to confirm certain expectations from the text. It is the type of reading that normally is associated with speed reading or reading very fast. I will start with skimming. Skimming is reading to confirm expectations, and then you scan to just find the general information or specific information that is required in the text. These are two skills which I know that you have met in the book that you guys are using, which is New Language for Life Book 2. These are skills that we normally use when we are trying to read very fast and also trying to ensure that we look for specific information, like you would maybe in your paper 1, exercise 1 or exercise 2. Then it doesn't mean that as the learner you have to end there in your reading. Reading is not solely based on intensive reading only, but you can also find yourself reading extensively or close reading. Close reading. This is one of the very important skills of reading. In this skill of reading, what the person does is you now interact more with the text. You find yourself spending a lot of time with the text, and also finding yourself that you are able to actually discover what I talked about when I said firstly to learn these new vocabulary items, and also find yourself being exposed to certain spellings. I will also talk about it further as I continue with my lesson. Let us move forward to intensive reading. Like I had said earlier, intensive reading, I also termed it as speed reading. This is when you are reading the text very quickly. You are trying to ensure that you find certain information in the text and you produce the correct answers that are needed in that text. We will start with skimming. When you skim, you quickly run your eyes over the text. That doesn't mean that read everything so quickly and trying to ensure that you digest it in the time given. But it means that when you skim through the text, you read everything fast, but paying specific or special attention to certain aspect of the text. You may start by looking at the heading, the subheadings, the topic sentences. This will help you to get the general idea of the text. And when you scan, it is when now you are focusing on certain information that is required in the text. That is, you basically focus on the question. Others may ask themselves, why the question? The question, you need to focus on it because this is what will lead you to the answer that is required in the question that you have been asked, so that you produce the appropriate information. I will bring you closer to this example. I will bring you closer to this example that has been extracted from our text. So it is a text that talks about teenagers using drugs. And here is the question. Why are most teenagers abusing drugs? Why are most teenagers abusing drugs? What is needed of you in such a question? It is firstly trying to ensure that you are able to look at what is called the keywords of the question. You find the keywords of the question. What are the keywords of the question? These are words that will help you as the learner to actually reach to your answer. For instance, in this example, I have underlined the keyword why, which is part of our WH question words. When you have received a question that says why, it automatically tells you that you are looking for reasons. So you are going to go to the text looking for a reason. And also abusing. It can be termed, or you simplify it into using. So having done this, it allows you as the learner to actually find the cues that will be in the text and maybe get clues that you're going to find in the text. In as much as the speed reading, question analysis is very, very important, so that you do not find that you have not answered what has been required by the passage. We are going to move forward to intensive readings as well. So when we do that, I'm going to attend to a question.
Sorry ma'am, please can we go for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll come back with a question and we'll learn more.
Nkosi abesizwe msidisi nkosi samdanyela emabhubhu esiniphisa lezodwa yakho besiyekela lokubuyela lokuhle. Nkosi abesizwe landandola vanebukadnezara danyela emabhubhu esini Stefana welelo nje libobusonzela wena uthina gogo nkosi yami tilwimi noma ingilozi ekhambe ekhapena hume phambi satanda gogo stobe sesiyakhuleka. Nkosi abesizwe nkosi mandla wami mandla ami London fish wiki. Mthele ngamanti mfana. Mthele ngamanti. Hayi amanti ngivuse esimolise ngivuse. Ngilozi yabezizwe. Ngishaya kana wiki so. Ngilozi nebukadnezaria emanti akhe makhulu kakhulu. Yey. Sana ngilozi Gabriel. Hey wena ngithemba mprofeti. Siyabona. Smolise msakuthinthana nalo hafu lo. Kweshelele msakuthinthana nalo muntu. Ngithi mina nangiwala angiwiswa ukuthi unemandla lo mntana lo. Lamandi lokhuluma ngayo into ebekufanele ayisebenzise ekuqaleni ke. Ngiwiswa kumangala ukuthi ukhona umfulo ngaphatha lomunye etandla ngathi gesi. Negogo ngilapha spiritual not physical. Lethi tandla ta Gabriel ngilozi lenkulu. Lalela la wena mthana. Mina ngithinta ngumuntu ngumangaliswa ngilokho ngithenza nje. La emadolobheni ndonke ndzawo donke kuyashunyayelwa Smolise ukuthi akugezwe tandla. Ungakathinti lokudliwako. Qala ngekugeza tandla. Ubuye endlini yangasese eMthoyi. Nawubuya ugeza tandla. Ugeza kunjinja umntana. Geza tandla. Angifaka nangilotho sithinta yena. Thinta lo. Sithinta lo ngageza tandla. Oh, mina ngelapha. Unani wena? Lapho ufuna ukusikhulisa koko nami ngangeveritin koko. Bathi nana sifonyalo bathi coronavirus koko COVID-19. Bathi koko sihambiswa ukuthi abantu abageza tandla koko. Because lesifo lesinothimula. Siphuma la maphephenethi aso gogo ahlala atandeni sokuqhawula lo moya njalo manje ngafuna ukugeza ta namsakutheni liba uthi ungasinzi ungageza ta vile ke lokuthi every after 20 seconds you must wash your hands with running spitting water
Hayi, shothi uvele enye red. Uwasha tanda for 20 seconds. Uyebo ufake amanti, ufela hambako, ufake nensipho.
Yebo.
Geza bese uyadomisa kahle le tanda.
Hayi Simolisi.
Lokale red lendlulako.
Emanti lakhe jimako nensipho.
Yeah.
Likhambi lelo kukhona ke indvodethu ethu thine lesifundzile esimolisi. Naku kwagogo naku.
Hako
fertilizer wagogo ngihle ngithi puthu. Ngithi kwethu lokho fertilizer uyakubona.
Hayi gogo. Sanitizer.
Welcome back, and we have a question from the viewer saying, what do we really need, where do we really need to apply scheming? So please tell us, ma'am, where do we need to apply scheming?
All right, thank you so much, Lena, for that question. We normally apply skimming and the scanning skill when we are actually looking into paper 1, that is basically our exercise 1 and exercise 2. Like I had said earlier on, it was that when we looked into the skimming skill, you just run your eyes through the text so that you get the general idea of the text. Please note, you don't read the text, but you just run your eyes through, looking at the subheadings, the topics, and the topic sentence.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Another question says, please repeat the intensive reading.
All right. I will repeat intensive reading just to give you a brief summary of what I had said about it. Intensive reading, like I had said earlier, it is reading when you are actually looking for general or specific information. So here we are actually going to continue with it. But what you must note is that when what entails intensive reading, it is whereby you are basically in search of specific information, like you would do maybe in your paper 1 exam or practice. So let us go through intensive reading again. So what I have here is some tips that, please note, not all of the tips are here, but these are some tips that one needs to actually look into as they are answering in an intensive reading exercise. Firstly, you need to make sure that your answers are brief. Why is that? This is because they are trying to find out if you actually saw the information or recognized the information from the text. So yours is to actually go straight to the answer rather than repeating maybe the whole sentence or trying to actually write it in a whole sentence. So please note, be brief. Do not repeat the question. You can only answer maybe using a phrase, a word, or even a number. We can also go forward and look in that answering briefly doesn't mean that do not now notice the specifics. Mind the specifics so that you are precise and you are going straight to the question without missing out information that is necessary. Let's make an example. Let's say in the text, part of the text, it was written that almost 20 billion of students are experiencing A, B, C, and D. And maybe the question is asking you, how many students are experiencing that effect? The precise answer would be to include almost 20 billion students, which shows that you are being precise, not disregarding information that is actually very important. It is also very important that you mind your punctuation. Like I had said earlier, that your answer is brief. So certain ways of punctuating, like maybe let's say beginning with a capital letter, may not really be applicable in that answer that you have used. So you may find that you answer in a phrase, and when you answer in a phrase, you may find that you omit, let's say, your capital letter and your full stop. That was actually what I wanted to highlight on briefly on tips of answering. Let us move forward to the second part, which is one of the most important reading skills that learners should actually know or find themselves that they understand very well. Why am I dwelling in this reading skill? you discover that most of the time learners disregard reading closely or paying close attention to the text. They disregard reading extensively because you may discover that they just want to answer like they would do in a paper 1 and paper 2, in a paper 1, exercise 1, exercise 2 question. Yet, this type of reading is very, very important because what the reader does here, they are actually placing or putting extra attention in the text. This type of reading is where you will find yourself actually getting lost in the text, discovering that you are actually able to discover new words, and you are actually able to find yourself being able to actually find how the maybe the writer has used certain language words or certain words to get a specific effect. I will just pause for a short question.
Sorry ma'am, please may you increase the words on the tablet?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I hope it is now clear for everyone. All right, let us go into close reading. When you're going to practice close reading, there are 3 important exercises that you should notice. That is pre-reading exercises. These are the exercises that you do before you actually start reading. This will include, after you've met the title that you have, try to make a guess. Let's make an example. You are reading, let's say, a poem, and the poem is written, maybe the title of the poem, maybe let's say you are reading, let's say, a narrative. Maybe the narrative is about a scary night. You are actually able to now guess if it is a scary night. Maybe it's something that happened during the night, and maybe the person who wrote the story was scared. So you guess what the text is about before reading, and you ask yourself, what do you know about the topic that you have? For instance, as we interact with our books, you may find that there is an article about maybe drug abuse. What information do you have about drug abuse? What do you know about it? And if it is possible, try and find, let's say, information about the author who has written that piece of writing, so that you can normally understand that normally this kind of author writes maybe text that will talk about, let's say, maybe revolution, or that talk about warning young people. It allows you to raise your expectations in what you are about to read. Now, there's an exercise that you do while reading. This exercise is very important, and it includes a very important technique which is known as text annotation. This is when you read, you now notice, you take notice of very important things in the text. That is, you underline keywords as they appear in the text. You try to find the synonyms. You must know that synonyms, these are words that actually mean the same thing. And you also try to find the meaning of those words using your dictionary, and sometimes you might also need to find the meaning of those words as used by the author in that piece of writing. Then there's also another exercise which is post-reading. This is an exercise that you do after you have read. This is when you ask yourself questions. I've read about drug abuse. What is it that I've gained? What is this author trying to achieve by talking about maybe drug abuse? You find out the important statements that have been made by the author in that written text, and what is the author trying to actually pass through those important statements. You can also go further looking at the themes and the sub-themes of that written work. I have text annotation, which I want to talk about briefly, and then after that we are going to look into a text that has gone through text annotation. So I said earlier that text annotation is a skill that you use while you are reading. So text annotation can be likened to having a conversation with your text. It's like you are saying to your text, let us try to actually speak. What are you saying to me? You are having that conversation by ensuring that you are marking important elements in that text. So this kind of skill includes marking. You can mark using your pencil. I usually advise a pencil because it's easy to make corrections if something is wrong. And you may also Ask yourself, what is it that I am marking in this text? You are marking, let's say, new words. These words will go into your vocabulary bank. And you're also trying to find the meaning of these words. This is where your dictionary comes to play. You are going to look into your dictionary, what does this word mean, and how has the writer used that word in the passage that you are reading. And also you are going to give yourself time by looking at the literary devices, the punctuation, the choice of words, and what effect is it being created in that text. Now we are going to look for an example that shows text annotation. I have a text here which I have taken from our book. I have a text that I have taken from our book, and this text is actually looking into a text that we have received, and we are going to look at it much more closely. I have also tried to do the markings for you so that you are able to see. So let us start in the text. The writer has written, Auntie never finished her sentence. Colon. I have indicated the colon there. Why am I indicating the colon? Because I am trying to then understand why has the writer used a colon. The colon will be to indicate to me that maybe the writer is to further explain why Auntie never finished her sentence. What happened from there? A bolt of lightning cracked like a bullet. The word bolt, I have tried to underline it, and so I have highlighted it to show that a bolt, it might mean something sudden or out of the blue. Then lightning cracked like a bullet. There's the use of the simile there. That use of the simile there is showing intensity. It allows you as the reader to actually hear how this lightning cracked. It shows that this lightning was loud and it was out of the blue. We also are able to see a strong verb there, and we crouched, meaning that they bent down. Why are they crouching? Why are they not standing? This may mean that the writer is trying to show us how they are going, how they stood maybe at the end. It might be they were crouching because of being afraid. So in this way of annotation, your text may maybe look as something like this at the end, which means that do not mind if your text has been written all over or has been analyzed all over. This is how a written text should look once you have read it and you have paid close attention to what you have read. So I am sure that as a learner you were able to look at why you are supposed to read, the different types of materials that you are supposed to read, the types of reading you are supposed to make sure that you have, and also you were able to look into how do I read intensively and extensively. Thank you very much, Lena, for being at home and watching us.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for teaching. There's a question that says, why do the answers in intensive reading need to be brief? Please kindly wrap up and tell us the answer to that question.
Yes. They need to be brief because, like I had said earlier, this is when you are speed reading. You don't really need to be repetitive. For instance, let me say someone is asking you your name. What is your name? Repeating that information all over again makes it to be a bit redundant or overused. So you just go straight to the point and provide the information that is required. Yes, Leonard. For instance, maybe a person can say my name, or you can just go to what is your name? Lerato Love, like your name.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. The next question is, do we paraphrase what is written in the comprehension?
In which type of reading? But let's say that you are doing close reading and you want to paraphrase. You are allowed to paraphrase actually when you are trying to show that this is what I have gained from this text, or this is what the writer was trying to show me in this text, that maybe he was trying to show me how they were afraid, what caused them to be afraid. You can try to paraphrase that.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss P. Dlamini, for being with us, and we hope to have you again next time. Nogwazi, my colleague, the birthday girl, is about to come in for the next lesson with another teacher. So stay tuned, because the Form 5s are going to be taking their lessons now. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Nine bekunene live laseSwatini liyatimbandzakanya nemkhankaso welitiko letempilo namhlabuhlangene i-World Health Organization wekugcina tandla tihlantekile ngaso sonke isikhathi kuvikela kulomkhuhlane lokhona we-coronavirus. Tiningi ke tindlela longatisebentisa kutivikela kuleli gciwane le-coronavirus. Yinye yato lencomekako ukuthi uyisebentise ngaso sonke isikhathi kugeza tandla ngemanti lahlobile lahambako uphindze usebentise insipho ngaso sonke isikhathi. Uthathe isikhathi lesinganga 20 seconds kuya ku 40 seconds solo utigezisisa letandla, noma ke usebentise isanitizer nangabe emanti angekho dutane nawe. Litiko letempilo likanye namhlabuhlangene liluleka kakhulu sive ukuthi silandzele nati tinyathelo kuze kuthi tandla tihlale tigcinekile tihlobile ngaso sonke isikhathi. Kumele umandise tandla takho ngemanti lahambako, ushikishe insipho etandleni takho. Yenda siciniseko sekuthi ushikisha totimbili tandla ngalokwanele. Sandla sekudla sishikishe ngetulu kwesandla sesencele. Naso sesencele sishikishe sandla sesekudla. Utisebentise totimbili tandla kuze kuthi ugezeke kahle ngalokuphelele. Ushikishe insipho emkhathini weminwe yakho netandla totimbili. Uchubeke ushikishe ngemuva kweminwe yakho kuto totimbili tandla. Chubeka ushikishe tithupha totimbili shengathi uyatishwila. Usebentise iminwe yakho lesonzelene. Shikisha sandla emkhathini. Kubomake noma ke labo labanetingalo letinze kufanele bashikishe letingalo kuze kuthi emagciwane langabe ahleti khona nawo akhone kugezeka kahle ngalokuphelele. Utiyakade tandla ngemanti lahambako, tesule tome tandla ngethishu noma ke ngendvangu lehlobile. Uphindze usebentise ithishu noma indvangu kuvala impompi. Yenda siqiniseko sekulahla ithishu enzaweni lapho ingeke kube lula khona ukuthi umuntu ayithinze. Nawe ungahlala unetandla letihlobile njalo njalo. Nginxusa onke eMaswati ukuthi asukumele etulu. Sihlanganyele kulomkhankaso wekugcina tandla tihlantekile kuze kuthi sitawuvikela lesifo singasingeni kalula sisive. Siphindze sikhutsate bekunene ukuthi nebantwana labancane basitakale basitwe ngilabadzala ukuthi bagezisise tandla tabo tihlale tihlobile. Lokho kube ngumsebenzi wabo labadzala ukuhlala bahlobise abantwana babagezisise tandla kuze kuthi kungabi lula ukuthi bantwana bangenwe ngulomkhuhlane we-coronavirus. Kuhloba kwami yimpilo yami. Siyabonga.
Welcome back to the show, Home Study. Like my colleague Lerato said, the birthday girl is back. And right now, we welcome those who have just joined us. We are doing English language Form 5. And with me is Miss Bonisiwe Mdluli. Am I saying it okay?
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Bonisiwe, what is the importance of today's lesson and what is today's topic?
Okay, thank you, Nolwazi. Today we are going to be looking into reading and understanding. So we're trying to help our learners how they can actually read with understanding, because I believe when the time comes for them to tackle the questions, they must have read with understanding in order to be precise with their responses.
Okay, can you briefly tell me that what are you hoping to achieve at the end of this lesson?
Okay, thank you. By the end of the lesson, of course, I am hoping that my viewer at home will be able to read a text with understanding and as well as appreciate the vocabulary and the techniques that the writer has used in his or her writing.
Okay, Bonisiwe, just before Bonisiwe starts, can I just remind the viewers that we are live on YouTube, we are also live on Facebook, and you can feel free to use our WhatsApp number as well. Can I just please emphasize that please text us and kindly please do not call us. Only just send us a message if you have anything to ask. Bonisiwe, I give it to you now.
Okay, thank you so much, Wazi. Maybe a brief introduction of my lesson. My viewer at home, I want to make an emphasis on the issue of regular reading, that much as maybe our teachers may try to help us in improving, then of course we need to be careful of the fact that we should give ourselves to much reading, because when you read, you improve in the skills, of course, that we focus on in our lessons. The skills including reading and writing, speaking and listening. So if we are going to be successful candidates, then of course we should be habitual readers, because that is where we actually going to pick the language that we end up being fluent in. Then again, a brief reminder again before we move into our text is the issue of annotation, as it is noted there. Annotation. What is annotation? Maybe somebody is asking himself or herself. Annotation basically is, I may liken it as interacting with your text. So I would advise my viewer at home that every time you are given a text to read, you must have a pen or a pencil at hand, so that you may underline, you may mark, you may make brief notes of the things that seemingly stand out for you, of the things that are most interesting for you, or of the things that you might want to get clarification on. So that is annotation. There is no way you can succeed in reading a text with understanding, because that is basically what we are dealing with here. There is no way you can read a text with understanding if you don't make any notes in your writing. So I just wanted to emphasize that before we can move on. Then coming to the gist of the matter, my viewer at home, my lesson is focused on the practical aspect of what we are going to do here. So it is going to be a bit more practical, because I am going to analyze the text together with you at home, so that we can pick the techniques that writers employ when they are writing, so that they we may enjoy what they are writing, because we know that one of the reasons that we read is for enjoyment. Reading is for entertainment. So in order for us to understand that or to enjoy, we must read with understanding. Then coming to my text, I had said when you summarize or when you read a text, you must of course have a pencil in hand, as I have it or as I have mine myself. You underline those things. So let us take a look at the passage together now. Okay, we are going to look at the first sentence together. If you can, you may also try to underline, even though you don't have it on paper, but I'm sure you are seeing it on screen. The first sentence, sweat ran down my face as I sprinted. Now I have my pen. I am trying to underline the things that are standing out for me. First of all, I would underline this phrase, sweat ran down my face. In the same sentence, I am also going to underline this word. It is a verb, a very strong verb. Then the question is, maybe I may ask, if you take a look at the first sentence, or maybe the first phrase, sweat ran down my face, what comes into your mind as you are reading this? Because usually we emphasize on the issue of the first sentence. So what comes into your mind when you read this first sentence? With me, when I read this sentence, I see a mental picture. There is a mental picture that is created in my mind. I am imagining somebody who is tired. No, tired is the wrong word. Who is very tired, because when sweat drips down somebody, it creates a picture of somebody who is actually tired. Okay, that is a beautiful choice of words from the writer here. We'll come back to that.
Bonisiwe, can I just interrupt you a little bit?
Yes,
can you go a bit slower? Because I think some of my viewers are trying to catch up with you, but I think you're a little bit ahead of them.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Let me try.
Thank you.
Okay, we are looking at the first phrase. I was saying we will come back to that. Then I want to point your attention again to the verb here, sprinted, which I believe is a very strong verb again, because the writer could have simply used the verb run or ran or jog, but why did he or she choose the word sprint? What idea? Again, a mental picture is created in me as I read this text. Even in the same, in the previous phrase, sweat ran down my face, the writer could have used the words, I was very tired. But there is this careful a choice of words, sweat ran down my face. This is a technique that writers use to try for a certain effect. So now the effect here is to create a mental picture. We are actually picturing this person very tired and sprinting. So that's a very powerful use of words. Then again, I am sure you will notice that this sentence has two ideas. There is this first idea, sweat ran down my face, and again there is this other idea, which is I sprinted. Then the question would be, why did the writer decide to join these two sentences, these two ideas in one sentence? It is also for a certain effect. If you may take notice, the first phrase, obviously it is a main clause because it is an idea that can stand on its own. It is just a full statement. It does not need any backup. But when you take a look at the second idea, it begins with as I sprinted. So now, why did the writer decide to combine these two? So he combined these two ideas so that the second phrase, the second clause, which is the subordinate clause in this instance, is going to modify the main clause. In other words, it is a build-up of what has been said in the first clause. So that is a technique that writers as well employ to, in this instance, it was creating momentum. It is making the story, or the writer has set the momentum to be at a high pace. Then another thing again, usually we tell learners that they should arouse the interest of the reader. from the word go. So for me, the interest has been aroused here because I have a question. If the interest of the reader has been aroused, then of course there is a question that is going to come at the back of my mind. Not a question out of confusion, but a question out of interest, wanting to find out more what has happened. So my question here is, why is this a person sweating? Why is he tired? And again, albeit the tiredness, this writer is sprinting, that is running at a very high pace. Then the reason, the question is, why? That the arousal of the interest has been aroused here, which is motivation enough for me to go and find the response in the next sentence. So now let us quickly look at the second sentence. Okay, 2 obstacles lay in front of me. We are saying we have a question, but in order for us to understand this sentence, of course, we start from word level, which means we must understand the word obstacle. What does it mean, if I may ask you viewer at home? An obstacle, of course, is a situation that prevents one from achieving a certain goal. So it hinders you, it bars you from achieving a particular thing. So now, instead of our question being answered here, I am afraid we are confronted with even more a question. Okay, we don't know why the writer is running. We don't know why he is tired, but albeit that he is confronted with 2 obstacles in front of him or her. Okay, now if we can take a look at okay, the first sentence, once again, it is a short sentence. Again, it helps in the momentum of the story. Let us take a look at the next sentence. I made a split-second decision that sealed my fate. We are trying to understand a text. Now you have a pencil in hand. You are underlining, I am sure, a split-second decision. And you are underlining sealed. You are also underlining fact. Okay, what do this mean? We know what a decision is, but now the decision is made in a split second. This is what? An adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that gives more information about a noun. So the writer could have simply said, I made a decision. But now he or she is saying, I made a split-second decision, which means the decision was made at a snap of the fingers. It means it was made very quickly. Okay, which suggests what? Because we are trying to understand the text. It suggests that probably there is pressure that the writer is finding himself or herself under. Thus, the making of the decision in a very quickly, or at a snap of the fingers, or some would say in a twinkle of an eye. A decision that sealed my fate. Again, in order to understand the whole sentence, we must understand those words. It starts from the word level. What does seal mean? Seal means to cover. It means you have concealed that deal. You have sealed that deal. If I may make an example, some people would talk about sealing a deal. So now it means it is a done deal. Then what about fate? They are talking about fate here. That is an end result of something. So now the decision that the writer is faced here, it is a decision that is going to be a decider of whatever is going to be the end result. Okay, if I may ask, are we still getting the answer that we had from the beginning of the text? Why the writer is tired, and why, albeit the tiredness, the writer continues not to run but to sprint. Where is he sprinting to? And what are these obstacles that the writer is actually talking about, which make him or her to make a decision in a split of a second? Let us quickly look into the next sentence to see if we find the response to that, or the answer to that question. We have a pencil in our hand, we are underlining moving fluidly. Okay, that gives us an idea probably that this sentence is going to be quite longer, okay, because we have been dealing with sentences that are quite short, which further maintains the momentum of the passage. It is moving at a high pace. Maybe that is why I'm moving at a high pace myself. But it is moving at a high pace. Then this introduction here, moving, the gerund there, ing, is giving us an idea that it is going to be quite a longer sentence. So we should expect much, because it means that whilst this is happening, something else is going to happen at the same time. So moving fluidly and trying to make it as real as possible. Fluidly, if I may ask, you underline that because it is something that stands out. When something is moving fluidly, it is something that moves smoothly, something that moves with much ease, and something that moves maybe elegantly, if I may make an example. Okay, and trying to make it look as real as possible, I launched. Beautiful choice of words. Don't you agree, my viewer at home? I launched. Because the writer could have simply said, I moved. But he decided to use this strong verb for a certain effect, to create this mental picture in our minds as to how this writer actually moved with whatever he was moving for. Launched. You need to find the meaning of lunch in order for you to find the meaning of the whole sentence. And we usually advise you guys at home that you don't always need a dictionary to find meanings of the words. You use the context that the word has been used in to find the meaning of the word. So lunge, what does lunge mean? This is a sudden, powerful forward movement, especially to attack somebody or to grab hold of something. Very powerful choice of words. I like the way the writer has used that. It is lunging, and not forgetting of what we have read about earlier on, the movements of the writer. He's faced with two obstacles. He needs to make a split-second decision. Now, as he is moving fluidly, again, if I may ask here, what impressions do you get about the writer on what he is doing? He is moving fluidly. It means the writer is in love with what he is or she is doing. She is just doing it with ease. And now the lunging, he is lunging to the left and then quickly cut to the right. I like that adjective, that adverb there. Quickly cut. What is an adverb, by the way? An adverb is a word that describes a verb, that describes an adjective, that describes another adverb. Okay, so now the cut here, the writer could have simply said he moved to the right, but now he is saying quickly cut. Even the use of the cut, it is giving us a picture of how the writer was actually moving. It's especially being used with the word lunge. When you're lunging, it is something sudden. So now even the cuts, the movements that you make are also going to be done at a fast pace. I hope she will slow me down if I'm too fast.
I was just about to say that.
Thank you.
Tell you that you're going a bit too fast.
In fact, it is the description that I have here. I think that is what is influencing me.
Okay, please, for our learners back home.
Okay, thank you, Sissy. Okay, again, maybe I should have mentioned that this is a kind of narrative, a descriptive, a kind of writing. So we are picking the skills here, the techniques that writers use when they are writing, which of course is something that we expect you my viewer at home to employ as well as when you are writing, which I believe our second lesson will focus on. Okay, so now we move on to the next sentence. If I may ask, do we now have an idea why the writer is tired, why he is sprinting, why he is doing all those things that he is doing? This is also another technique that writers use to delay giving us the information. They are giving us in bits or in small doses because they are trying to maintain that interest which was created in the beginning. That is called suspense. We usually advise learners not to give away their stories only too soon, because at times when you read, you find that already you know what is going to happen in the rest of the story because the learners have already given away their stories. So I like the technique that the writer is employing here, delaying giving us the information or the details, which keeps us interested, and that is motivation enough for us to rush to the next sentence to try and find out what is actually happening here. Then let us look into the next sentence. The black and white ball at my feet. There we go. I'm sure everybody knows that what we are talking about here, because we've been trying to ask ourselves a lot of questions, what is happening, and so on and so forth. Now the writer is giving us these small doors here, okay? The black and white ball at my feet moved with me as if we were connected. So this answers our question. This is a sports field. There is a writer here, and if the ball is at his or her feet, then obviously it means they are playing what? Soccer. Okay, so the writer was trying to describe a game to us, and by now I am sure that if we still didn't know what these two obstacles are, now we know what these two obstacles are because they are playing soccer. You can easily guess what these two obstacles are. Already the writer gave us in small doses, but we can now connect the dots to make meaning. So that is the purpose again of writing, because you can always refer back to what you are actually reading about. Okay, the ball at my feet moved with me as if we were connected. I like this writer. Okay, he is giving us a mental picture once again of how the ball was at the feet of this writer, how they connected. Seemingly it is like the ball was glued to the feet of this writer, and to me that creates a picture of somebody who has passion with what they are doing. They actually enjoy what they are doing. I drew my leg back as though cocking a gun. Powerful image once again. I'm sure viewers at home have once watched these movies where there is a shootout. We know that before somebody can actually pull the trigger, they actually cock the gun. You can actually hear the tickly sound to show that he's actually preparing to pull the trigger. So now here, this is a simile. The writer is trying to compare these two things. A simile, of course, is a comparison of two things with the use of as and of course of like. So now we are being given an image of somebody cocking the gun, ready to pull a trigger. So now we can actually imagine the writer drawing back the leg and preparing to shoot. I hope to drive it at the back of the net. Okay. So now that is a powerful imagery there. So you guys at home, please ensure that in your writing you employ such skills, such techniques as this writer has employed here. Then moving to the next sentence, my foot contacted the ball with a crisp.
you know something, when it is creeps, you can actually imagine as the ball lands on the feet of the writer, there is this creeps hollow sound that made me smile. I am sure soccer players and maybe soccer fans can relate to that. You can actually picture that a ball at the feet of this writer. Okay, a hollow sound that made me smile. I can again underline that. We should have underlined this simile as well. You underlined that. It made me smile. If I may ask, what made the writer to smile here? Okay, I'm sure you already have an answer to that. Seemingly to me, it is a smile of confidence, because the writer here has passion with what they are doing. So now if he is smiling on getting the ball, it means that he is very confident that he is actually going to slide the ball at the back of the net. And again here, I believe we have seen the tone of the writer. The writer is actually in love as well with what he or she is describing in this instance. We know that passages like this have a title. I decided to remove it on purpose so that we may try to understand the text outside outside the title, which gives us an idea of what the passage is about. But up to this instance, or up to this point, we have been able to analyze this, to unpack what is happening here without the help or soliciting help from the title, which usually gives us an idea. It fell across the grass and into lower left corner of the net. Okay, it flew. That is the diction we have been referring to here. A very careful choice of words here, okay? Because the writer, I believe, could have simply used the word moved, because it is the ball. But now when he says the ball flew across, that gives us another picture. It flew across the grass. It enables us to picture this in our minds. You can actually watch the ball as you are reading the text flying across the grass, because of the diction, the powerful words that the writer has decided to use. And into the lower left corner of the net. That was a goal. Getting at the back of the net. Okay, this was much more than a game. So if it is much more than a game, then what is it? If you have a pencil in hand, of course, you put a question mark. If it is more than just a game, then what it is? Okay, if I had much time, I would have written all these things. So with you write all these things that I've tried to highlight here, so that when it comes to the question part, it actually becomes easy for you to respond to the question, because the things the underlined material will stand out for you. And one way or the other, usually there are words in the keywords that would lead you exactly to where you are going to find the responses from the passage. So it helps if those things are already underlined, because they simply stand out for you as you try to respond to the question. So if it is not, it is more than a game, what is it then? Then the writer quickly responds to that as well. It was a battle that only one team would win. Then one would wonder, a battle in the sports field? I thought it was a game. Yes, it is a game, but then it is also a battle. What does this battle suggest? It was a battle that only one team would win. A fight. That's an emphasis. A fight that left you breathless and shaking with adrenaline. My goodness. It was a battle. So this suggests, of course, that this was a very tough game. Thus the use of the words battle and fight. It all begins with as a game, of course, but you can actually see the tension, okay, as the the players are engaging or are playing in the sports field, that no, this is now beyond a game. It is a battle. It is a tough game. Why? Because everybody is expecting to win. Nobody goes into a sports field expecting to fail. So it is a battle in that sense. That choice of words actually make us to imagine or to get the idea that it was actually a very tough game. Okay, it left you breathless and shaking with adrenaline. We are underlining that. What is adrenaline? We don't have a dictionary because it is probably examination time. But if it is not examination time, you try and find the meaning in context. And if you don't find the meaning in context, then you can then make use of a dictionary. Adrenaline, of course, is body substance. It's a substance that is released in the body when one is very excited, is very sad, or is very scared. So I believe now the writer here is describing this feeling because of the goal that has been shoot into the net here. Okay, and again, because it is a battle and a fight, it leaves the players breathless. You know, when you can't breathe, it's like you are choking because of the tenseness in the sports field, because of the toughness of the game. Then you find yourself breathless and shaking with adrenaline. It could either be you are excited, too excited, okay, or you are too angry, or you are too scared. Then this is soccer. This is when the writer actually says it directly, but we have long guessed what we are talking about here because of the choice of words, of the diction, and of the structures that the writer has decided to use. As we have noted that there are simple sentences here, there are short sentences, and there are longer sentences. In the longer sentences, of course, the writer is trying to make us breathe, as I am breathing myself now. Okay, it's trying to make us breathe, because when the momentum is constantly high, then it becomes a problem. Writers also employ that skill whereby they use these longer sentences to allow the readers to catch their breath, okay, before the adrenaline actually shoots up and down, and that would be a problem for the readers. So this is soccer. So now, my viewer at home, when you have done justice in your reading, I believe that your reading should look somewhat like this. As I mentioned earlier on, that because you would have a pencil, it would be worthwhile for you to make a few notes, okay, of what you have underlined or you have marked here, because with me here I am rushing against time and everything. So when you are back at home, you try and make those notes. As I have said earlier on, that it is a somewhat an interaction with the text. Now, if we can
I just interrupt you? The passion is amazing. It's so hard to even stop you at this moment. Mm-hmm. Can we take a couple of questions because, like you said, we're running a bit against time. So I'm going to pose just one question to you from one of our learners back home. The question is, what is annotation? I think they got lost a little bit from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, my beautiful viewer at home. Annotation, I had likened it to some kind of interacting with your text. So I was advising learners that every time they have a paper to read or a comprehension, they should always have a paper and a pen so that they do some markings. They underline the things that stand out for them as they read, the things that disturb them, the things that interest them, the things that seemingly they believe is going to help them, especially in the responding to the question. So basically, it is the writing down of what I have just noted.
Okay, maybe just another quick question. The viewer is asking why these expressions are so important. The expressions that you were speaking about just now, why are they so important in a story?
Okay, thank you once again. So these techniques are very important, my beautiful learner, because as I have mentioned earlier on, that one of the reasons that we read for enjoyment, we read for entertainment, we read to experience a whole lot of things. Usually I make an example that you find yourself dining with presidents, because when you read something about presidents, you see them dining, then you find yourself experiencing those things. So we experience a whole lot of things. So basically it aids in the understanding and overall enjoyment of the story.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Bonisiwe. I think we have all seen the passion that was in her, and it's so beautiful to see, because we would be nothing with our teachers. Right now, we are going to take a little bit of a break. I will be back with our Form 5 Siswati teacher. So Form 5s, please stay put. Do not go anywhere. This is your time. Siswati up next.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. Stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
When I first came here, I was indecisive about being an economist.
So what I'm hoping to achieve here is when I get out of here, I want to put my idea and actually make it come to life.
Ligama lami ngithoni Thabethe, captain of Government of Eswatini. Coronavirus has stopped our career. Nobody knows for how long. Join me. Let's all wash our hands and beat coronavirus. My cleanliness is my life.
ufunge nasi asashone kude nodawade kuthula la kamanyazi cha manje
Ngiyaxolisa mnene.
No. Ngikho lokuleza ngokubalekela. Ukuthi singumndeni simunye. Sivale kwazana sonke.
Yini lamanyana lawa wena uyaphila kahle la?
No.
Angeke uyimele lempilo ufuna kuyisusa. Utawushaka kabuhlungu.
What the hell is going on? Don't touch me. What is she doing here?
Ngicabanga sinecabanga le nto le. Angesabi impi mina. I need to talk to her.
Sorry. Ma, kokhula sitagcina sibonela sejubile nyaka.
Hi, sweetie. Unjani?
I'm pissed.
Asikwemukele mbukeli eluhlelweni iHome Study. Kulesikhathi samanje ngikuphathele thishela wesiswati Siphiwe Sithole Vaz. Ngathi noma ngushido kahle yini.
Ungisho kahle nokwazi.
Okay, ngabe unjani namuhla?
Ngiyaphila nokwazi unjani?
Ngiyaphila kakhulu nami. Njengoba ngishido ke Siphiwe Sithole Vaz, utofu sifundzisa siswati saka form 5. Siphiwe sifundvo sanamuhla ungabe simcoka kangakanani futhi sihloko sesifundvo sanamhla sithini?
Sifundvo sethu nokwazi sitobe siphathene lihlelo lesiswati. Uhlelo lesiswati lumcoka phela nokwazi ngoba lufundzisa ngemagama lehlukene. Leswasebenzisa elulwimi lesiswati.
Ngawo onke emalanga.
Yeah.
Ufisa ukuthi umfundzi namuhla aphume afunze ini masicetha le sifundvo sanamuhla?
Sitogcila esentweni ngoba phela sendo naso singephasi kwalo lolihlelo. Siye sikubite ukuthi ditfo tenkhulumo lamagama lehlukene. Kupheleni kwale sifundvo sethu ke umfundzi kumeleke ukuthi akhone kuchaza sendo emshweni, akhone kusikhomba sendo, akhone kusehlukanisa ngetinhlobo ngemicondvo yaso, aphinze akhone kuchaza kabanti ngetakhi tesendo kanye nekusihlahlela sendo.
Asingacithike isikhathi ke mbukeli, asingene esentweni ngishaya kuwe ke Siphiwe.
Siyabonga nokwazi. Ngiyakwemukela mfundzi esifundweni sethu sesiswati. Lesifundvo sikahle kakhulu kuwe wena lo wenta libanga leli11 nakunye Viebo form 5. Sifundvo sethu siphathene lihlelo lesiswati njengoba wati ke mfundzi kwekuthi sifundvo sethu sesiswati sinemaphepha lamathathu. Sineliphepha lekucala, sibe neliphepha lesibili nelesithathu. Lo hlelo lesiswati ke lungephasi kwaleliphepha lesibili kulesicephu saka B. Lo lokhuluma ke mfundzi njengoba angethulile nokwazi nguye Siphiwe Sithole Vaz. Sitowubuka ke kabanti mfundzi ngesendo. Kodwa ke sisengakabuki kabanti ngesendo. Kumcoka mfundzi kwekuthi unake ukuthi uma ufundza kuphela kumele ukuthi ukhone kubhala. Ngakho difuneleke lapho utobhalela khona ufune lokwebhalela phela mfundzi utokhona kulandzela kahle sifundvo sethu. Sitocala ke ngekubuka mfundzi lobumcoka bekufundza loluhlelo lwesiswati. Njengoba sishito ukuthi ihlelo lesiswati lumayelana naletitfo tenkhulumo. Ingabe lukusita ngani ke luhlelo lesiswati? Lukusita ngokuthi uyakhona kuconza ukuthi inkhulumo yakhiwa ngemagama lehlukene. Masithi inkhulumo yakhiwa ngemagama lehlukene utokhona kuwalandzelisa kahle emagama akho nangabe ukhuluma noma ke ubhala. lokunye kuyakusida mfundzi ukuthi wathi ukuthi lawo magama anetakhi tawo njengoba ufundzile nje emabangeni lengcile ikakhulu lelibanga lelishumi ka form 4 ufundzile takhi tenkhulumo letintsatfu lokulibito sabito nesichasiso lokunye kuyakusita phela mfundzi ukuthi njengoba sishito ukuthi sihlanganisa emagama sakhe imisho utokhona ke kwakha tinhlobo temisho leyehlukene ngoba phela uyati wena ukuthi ligama ngalinye lidlala yipi inzima emshweni usaqhubeka nekufundza mfundzi utokhona nekukhulisa lwati lwakho ngelulwimi lwesiswati ikakhulu ekukhulumeni nasekubhaleni lokho kukusita ukuthi usebenzise emagama langiwo esiswati asengikubekisele nje mfundzi nyalo senivamile ukuthi nithi nithi tinvotsa esikhundleni sekuthi emadvotsa niphindze nithi kopha lo muntu ungifunani esikhundleni sokuthi uthi kodwa lo muntu ungifunani lokufundza ke lolu hlelo lwesiswati mfundzi kutokusita kwekuthi unake emagama langiwo lasiwasebenzisa kulolu lwimi lwesiswati sitochubeka mfundzi sibuke sendo setfu kwekuthi njengoba lesendo sitfo senkhulumo ingabe lesendo yini lokhu lesifise ukuthi sikuthole ngaso kwecala mfundzi lokufanele ukuthi ukunake kwekuthi ekupheleni kwalesifunzo kumele ukuthi ukhone kukhomba sendo emshweni noma kulokubhaliwe ukhone futhi nekuchaza sendo ukhone kwehlukanisa tento ngemicondvo yato nalo ukuthi ukhone kuphawula ngetakhi letimcoka asengcizelele lapho ukuthi sinato takhi letimcoka desento phindze ukhone nekuhlahlela sento ukhone nekuhlahlela sento ngithemba soyakhona ukubona mfundzi bese kungibhacele lapho kodwa sengikutholile asesibuke naku ke mfundzi njengoba sesethulile kahle kwekuthi sitobuka sento gadze sitobuka sento gabanti sitocale sibuyekete lesikufunze ebangeni lelishumi lapha ka form 4 sifunze ngabosobito bosobito labathathu mfundzi sifunze ngelibito safunza ngesabito sifunze ngelibito safunza ngesabito safunza nangesichasiso asesifunze na imisho ke lelandzelako mfundzi umusho wecala umfundzi ubhala siswati kunemagama lapho lekagcame ngemibala leyehlukene kule musho nje wecala umfundzi ubhala siswati leli gama lelithi umfundzi lona lelibito kanjalo nanali lelithi siswati nalo lelibito sibuye emshwendo landzelako ligama okay umusho wethu siqale siufunze kucala phela sitokhona lokulandzela umusho wethu uthi lelincane lakha leli ngicela ukuthi unake ukuthi kunemagama lesiwabhale abakubakakhe ngendlela ukuthi mfundzi utokhona lokulandzela lapho ukuthi lo lelincane besiconze ini siconze kusho lijaha lelincane usitho senkhulumo lelincane mfundzi usiphawulo sipawulo singephasi kwesichasiso sinalelinye ke libhalwe ngembala lobovu lithi ke lona leli leli naye ungisobito lo sobito wethu lona sowusabito sekukhomba. Siyachubeka umusho lolandzelako. Umdlwane wami uyagula. Angwadi kodwa kuthi unani lo mdlwane wami. Umdlwane libito wami. Ubuniyo bungephasi kwesichasiso. Umusho wekugcina lesusebenzisile. Thine sitfukuthela sodwa. Thine ungisobito lo sobito wethu uma singamusho nje ukuthi usitho seni senkhulumo usabito selucobo. Sodwa naye ungisobito lo sabito kodwa sona ke lesi sesabito lesibalako. Lamagama langa ke leswagcamisile emfunzi angeke ukuthi ukhone kuwahlanganisa nje wona odwa kude naleligama lesesibhale laba mnyama. Lona leligama lelo silibita ngokuthi sendo. Uma uhlanganisa nje umfunzi naseSwati kukhona lokungakapheleli lapho kude umcondvo lovakalako. Kumele ukuthi kube naleligama lelisendo. Kungako sithi umfunzi ubhala seSwati. Lo ubhala lapho so ungumgogodla walomusho. Lokusho ukuthi umusho utophila ngoba kunaleli gama lelisendo. Kanjalo nakulomusho wesibili lo lakha kwenta ukuthi kuvakale ukuthi kukhulunywa ngani lapho. Naleli lithi uyagula. Angeke nje sithi go umdlwane wami sigcine lapho. Mele ukuthi kuvakale ukuthi lo mdlwane wakho kuntikani kuye noma kunjani kuye. Kanjalo ke sithukuthela. Angeke sithi thina sodwa bese sesithi ngumusho. Kudzingeka phela leli gama lelisendo. Kungako nje ngithi sithukuthela usendo. Naka ke mfunzi kwekuthi sinabo sobito labathathu lokulibito sabito nesichasiso. Umusho kuba ngumusho lemcondvo lophelele ngoba usuke unesendo. Asesichubeke ke mfunzi. Sibuke ke nyalo kwekuthi ingabe lesendo sethu siyini singakafiki lapha kwekuthi sinatiphi takhi. Sendo siyini. Sendo ke mfunzi njengoba sitibonile tibonelo letingenhla. Sendo sesichaza ngokuthi siligama ungathi sekuyangiphikisa lapha sekuthanza kufreeze mfunzi.
Okay, ngicela phazamisa kancane. Mbukele sicela nje kuthatha likhefu lelincane sidawubuya masinyanya.
Hands come in all shapes and sizes. Indeed, one of God's greatest inventions. It is amazing what you can do with those hands. But watch those hands. They can kill you. Wash your hands regularly with water and soap. With our hands, we will beat coronavirus. My cleanliness is my life.
The basic protective measures against the new coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently and thoroughly with soap and water or use alcohol-based hand rub. Maintain social distancing. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Hands touch many surfaces and can pick viruses. Once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your eyes, nose, or mouth. From there, the virus can enter your body and make you sick. Practice respiratory hygiene. Make sure you and the people around you follow good respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose the used tissue immediately. If you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical help early. Stay home if you feel unwell. Follow the directions of your local health authority. Stay informed and follow advice given by your healthcare provider.
COVID-19, yes, the coronavirus. It is now our daily talk. It is now our everyday breaking news. I think it's high time we all come together and make sure we bring an end to this. Because we can't sit down while it's still taking over. Let's all follow all the precautions given by the health department so that we can protect ourselves and also protect others. I just wash my hands before I touch. I just close my mouth.
Mbukeli angikomukele futhi ehleleni besathi nje kuthola eMandi naSiphiwe asesithi chubeka ke nyalo nesifundo sethu sanamuhla.
Yebo mfundzi ekhaya asichubeke nesifundvo setfu. Besibonile tibonelo tetendo satibona taba semshweni. Nyalo ke asesichazele sento ukuthi ingabe siyini. Sento ligama lelichaza lokwentekako noma simo sobito lakuso. Asesibukele misho lelandzelako. Umfundzi ubhala Siswati. Umfundzi ubhala Siswati. Lelincane lakha leli. Ubhala lokusento setfu nalakha leto tendo letichaza lokwentekako. Bese imisho lelandzelako umdlwane wami uyagula usento. Tsine sitfukuthela sodva sitfukuthela usento. Kodvwa ke lusekwehlukile ngaletento tetfu leti. Uyagula nasitfukuthela. Tona atisachazi noma atisakhombi lokwentekako kodwa setikhomba simo sasobito. Asesichubeke ke mfundzi sesibuke ke nyalo takhi letimcoka desento. Sento sinetakhi letimcoka letintsatfu mfundzi. Sakhi sekucala losho ukuthi sento kumele ukuthi sibe nesivumelwano senhloko. Sakhi siba nesivumelwano senhloko. Yenda siciniseko ke mfundzi ukuthi nangabe ubhala umusho noma nangabe ukhuluma sisebenzise phela lesivumelwano senhloko. Wena mfundzi nje uye wente umkhuba ukuthi nangabe ubhala bese sokuthi cela make ungithengele. Cela make ungithengele. Kanti phela asisho kanjalo mfundzi. Ngicela make ungithengele ticatfulo. Lesinye sakhi ke mfundzi sinemsuka wesento. Nawo umsuka wesento umgcoka esentweni kuze phela kutoba sento lesivakala ukuthi sisho kuthini. Bese sesibake nesijobelelo sesento. Asesibuke gafisha sakhi ngasinye ke mfundzi. Sitocala ngaso lesivumelwano senhloko. Nongo angeke sibuke lokunyenti ngaso. Lokunyenti ngesivumelwano senhloko sitokubuka etifundweni letitako. Lesitokunaka njengesivumelwano senhloko kwekuthi ngilesakhi sesento lesihambelana nasobito lo yinhloko emshweni. Ngulesakhi sesento lesihambelana nasobito lo yinhloko emshweni. Lokunye lesiye sibone ngako ke lo sobito lo yinhloko emshweni ngunangisobito loba sekuqaleni kuloyo musho. Njengoba sibukile ngale kulese sekufunzile mfundzi ukuthi sobito angaba libito, angaba sabito, angaphinze abe sichasiso. asesibuke imisho lelandzelako lokudibonelo. Ungathenwa mfundzi idibonelo ngoba vele lapha kaluhlelo sifunza ngato dibonelo. Sikhona kubona kahle lesikhuluma ngako ngekusebenzisa dibonelo. Umusho wekucala uthi umfundzi ubhala seSwati. Kunanali ligama ke lelithi umfundzi. Umfundzi ungisobito lo inhloko loyo musho loyo. Njengoba usishito ukuthi sobito lo inhloko ngulo sobito loba sekucaleni emshweni. Sesinanasi sakhe nasi ke lesingu o. Sithi umfundzi ubhala seSwati. Lo u simsebenzise ngoba besisebenzise umfundzi. Lokusho ukuthi uma singashintsha nje lapho sithi bafundzi to bese sokuthi bafundzi babhala seSwati. Utobe sesekuyagucuka. Sisebenzise u ngoba sobito lo inhloko bekungumfundzi. Umusho lolandzelako thine sitfukuthela sodwa. Lapho kuneligama lesilisebenzisile lelingu thine. Thine lo thine ungisobito lo inhloko. Ukhumbule ukuthi sishito ukuthi sinaso sabito bosobito. Bese ke sekuba nesakhi lesingu si lapha kusitfukuthela. Sisebenzise lo si ngoba besisebenzise sobito lothi thine. Lokusho ukuthi uma singasusa lo thine sifake wena sitothi wena utfukuthela wedwa. Lokusho ukuthi lo si vele uyahambelana nathine. Sichubeke emshweni lolandzelako. Lelincane lakha leli. Lo lelincane usebenzisa sivumelwane sakhe lesingu l. Lokusho ukuthi uma ngasusa nje lo lelincane ngifake labancane nothi labancane bakha leli. Labancane bakha leli. Nakake mfundzi ukuthi sivumelwano senhloko sigucukile ngoba lesobito wethu lo inhloko simgucukile. Lo lelincane usebenzisa sivumelwano lesingu lakha. Siyachubeka mfundzi ke nesakhi lesilandzelako lokungumsuka wesendo. Ingabe umsuka wesendo uyini ke wona? Ngulesakhi sesendo lesimumethe umcondvo waleso sendo. Naka ke ukuthi umsuka wesendo ngiwo lo vetako ukuthi lesendo kahle kahle sisho kuthini. Lesendo si ngani kungako sithi umcondvo wesendo. Umumathwa ngulomsuka waso leso sendo. Siye sibe nemibuto ke mfundzi. Ukhanza nje ukuthi sibhala sivivinyo esikolweni noma sibhala luhlolo lapho khona kutothiwa asichaze takhi letidvetshelwe ngalokuphelele. La uma uchaza sakhi angeke usichaze ungakaskiphI. Ngicela ukuthi unginakele-ke ukuthi na ukhipha umsuka wesento njengoba bese sibonile ukuthi sinaso sivumelwano senhloko. Longamisa losekugcineni awufaki. Waze wawufaka longamisa losekugcineni akusabi ngumsuka wesento. Asesibuke nadi dibonelo. Ubhala lo u bese sikhulumile ngaye. Ngicela kumcisha. Sekunanadi takhi letimbili letisele. Sijobelelo sesento siye sithi ngilongamisa logcinile wesento. Losho sina ngabe sithi ngikhamisa logcinile wesento lisho ukuthi lo bhal utoba ngumsuka wesento. Kungako lapha nje kulesibonelo sethu vele simfakile waba ngubhalo utotfola ke makunjalo. kanjalo ke nakule saka B lakha lol bese simbukile ngale kule tibonelo tethu masibuka sivumelwano senhloko lo ak ngiwona msuka wesento kanjalo nalo sithukuthela lo si bese simbukile ngale uma sibuka tivumelwano tivumelwano tenhloko lokusho ukuthi ke lo thukuthel nguwo ke umsuka wesento ngiyethemba mfunzi sisachubeka kanye ekhaya asichubeke ke nyalo sibuke sijobelelo sesento ngingakachubeki nesijobelelo sesento mfunzi lokuthi ngingajuli kakhulu kulomsuka wesento ukuthi sisatofunza nangekuhlelwa kwaleticude sento lapho khona kuchazwa kabanti ngawo umsuka wesento asichubeke ke mfunzi sibuke sakhe sekugcina saso sento lokusijobelelo sesento sijobelelo sesento ingabe siyini ngulonghamisa loba sekugcineni kwesento tento kulolu lwimi lweSwati tiye tigcine nganghamisa kude nje sento lesitobe sesoyashiya nje siyale ngasite nghamisa ekugcineni cela ukuthi unake ukuthi sento ngasinye noma nje onke vele nje magama esiswati abana nghamisa ekugcineni tento ke letinyendi noma ke lesijobelelo mbamba sesento kuba ngo a cela ukuthi ukunake lokho kodwa ke njengoba sisatochubeka nekufunza sitokhanza ukuthi lesijobelelo sesing uma sesikhomba isikhathi lesengcile futhi sijobelelo sibe ngu uma sesikhomba kuphika tonke leto dijobelelo desento kodwa ke mfunzi nangabe nje songichazela ngalo kumele ukuthi uvete ukuthi sijobelelo sesento lesikhomba sikhathi lesengcile nangabe ungichazela ngalo kumele ukuthi uvete ukuthi sijobelelo sesento lesikhomba kuphika ngiyethemba ukuthi mfunzi sisalandzela tibonelo tethu lesingathi sebenzisa lapho kuze unganolahleka asibuyele kudodo nalebe sivele sinato tibonelo sibonelo sekucala sesento sithi ubhala sento sethu sigcina nga a naka lapho mase sikhomba isikhathi lesengcile sitothi ubhale sento sethu sesigcina nga uma sesikhomba kuphika sento sethu sitothi akabhali noma sithi akagabhali cela ukuthi unake ukuthi kuyehlukana uma ukusho lokho akabhali akagabhali usibonelo sesibili lakha lo a ukhomba usijobelelo sesendo bese lo lakhe yena sokhomba sikhathi lesengcile alakhi alikakhi lapho sesikhomba kuphika dijobelelo tethu sekunabo sithukuthela sigcine nga a chothi sijobelelo sethu sesento sithukuthele nyalo ke sesigcine nga sesikhomba sikhathi lesengcile asithukutheli thina asithukutheli sodwa asithukutheli ngiyaphika lapho noma ke asikathukutheli nalapho ngiyaphika
Siphiwe ngicela ukuphatamisa ngikomise khona lapho ngenxa yesikhathi kunembuto lana lo chamuka kumbukeli ekhaya uthi umbukeli ngicela kubuta ukuthi tihlelwa kanjani tivumelwano tenhloko uma sikhuluma ngesendo
tivumelwano tenhloko mfunzi sitotihlela sitisusela emabitweni njengoba sifunzile ukuthi sinetitfo tenkulumo letehlukene kuze naso lesento sitosebenta kahle phela sitoba naso lesivumelwano senhloko kumele ukuthi abe khona losobito ufunzile ke mfunzi uma ufunza nje ngesabito sabito asengibekise nje ngesabito seliqo udothi mine uma uthi mine cela kubhala phasi mfunzi mine utosebenzisa sivumelwano lesingu ngi kodwa ke uma sesibuya lapha emabitweni njengoba uyathi ukuthi emabitweni sinasigaba 1 sifika kusigaba 8 uma sihlela lapho sisusela kuleti calo temabito uma ubukisisa nje vele lesivumelwano senhloko siphose sifane naso lesicalo selibito kodwa ke lokho mfunzi utokufunza kahle esifundweni lesitaba lapho khona sitohlela letivumelwano.
Okay. Mbukeli ke njengoba sekashito ke esiphiwe ukuthi lo khona usetakuva futhi ngesikhathi lesitako ngiyabona ngosho kahle ngicabanga kwami.
Yebo, asikagcili. Yebo, asikafiki lectuleni kwaso lesendo ngoba sidze sinetinvo letinyenti. Letsinga ukuthi utike kahle ungadiphangi ngoba waze watiphanga ditokugila.
Okay, ngesiphiwe hayi sesiphelelwa isikhathi sekusikhathi sokuthi umcela ukuthi umane ukhulume nje kancane kube brief kancane stobe sesiyahamba soyavalelisa.
Okay mfunzi asesihlahlele sento njengoba sesitibonile letakhi letimcoka tesento sihlahlela sento sisebenzisa letakhi letimcoka loku sivumelwano senhloko kube ngumsuka wesento kube sijobelelo sesento sento sekuqala sithi badla nangabe unenkinga yikubona kahle takhi ubodladlalisa nje bosobito ubuke ukuthi lokuguquka kokuyini njengalapha nje badla ungasho ukuthi banifana badla uma kushintsha lokho ukuthi umfana udla losho ukuthi loba uguqukile ngiso ke sivumelano senhloko lodle umsuka wesento akaguquki umsuka wesento umumethe umqondo wesento ukukhumbula bese ke sijobelelo sesento kuba ngilongamisa lokugcinile dibonelo tethu badla sinaba sibe nadle sibe na a igijime lapho sesikhomba isikhathi lesengcile sina i sibe na gijim sibe na bese seba sigebengu seba imali uma singakushintsha nje singathi igebengu uteba imali lokushothi ke lo se ngoba bekahambelana lesigebengu ushintshile kutoba zuma senhloko sibe nemsuka wesento lokungu-app sibe nesijobelelo zesento lesing
ngicela sikubambe khona lapho siphiwe ngiyabona vele ukuthi vele sonemfutho kakhulu but ke njengoba ngishido sesiphelelwa isikhathi siyabonga kakhulu siyathemba ukuthi utawubuya nangalenye ilanga o sichubeke maybe nalele sikufunzile siyabonga kakhulu siphiwe ncesi kukuphazamisa
cha ungiphazamisile vele
ngiyaxolisa kakhulu siphiwe mbukeli njengoba ngishido sesicedzile ke nasiphiwe ngicela ukuthi sithathe nje likhefu lelincane sidawubuya khona manje.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. stay healthy, and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Viewers, we have come to the end of today's edition of Home Study. Lerato, how was that for you today?
Today was very exciting. How was it for you?
It was very exciting. I learned a couple of things, and the fact that it's my birthday made it even better.
How old are you?
I'm not going to say how old I am. I am sorry. Even though some people would be surprised, but I'm not going to say how old I am. Can you please tell us a little bit about our social media platforms?
Well, unfortunately, we need to correct a mistake on the social media platforms. We are only available on YouTube or the station's website, which is swazitv.co.sz. All this is happening in cyberspace, so viewers should be cyber alert, cyber smart, and cyber aware of scams.
Okay, I hope you got that, you guys. Lerato, can you please tell us about tomorrow's timetable? What's happening? What are we learning?
Okay, tomorrow's timetable is as follows. Please lend me this. Thank you. Tomorrow, our subjects are Social Studies, EPC, from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. and Mathematics, JC, from 2:30 p.m. to 3:08 p.m. And then Literature in English, JC, from 15:08 to 15:46, and then Biology, EG, CSE, from 15:46 to 16:24, and Physics Physics, EG, CSE, from 16:24 to 17:02. So that's basically our schedule for tomorrow.
That's basically what we're going to be learning tomorrow. So I hope you got that. And of course, we are going to be sharing the timetable on our social media platforms. I hope everybody got that, and I hope that all the viewers or the learners learned a couple of things today. And also, do not forget, we have a WhatsApp number that you can post questions to, and you ask questions, and we'll ask the teachers, and they'll be for sure be able to answer you.
Okay, thank you very much for watching, and happy birthday once more. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Goodbye, viewers, and I hope you enjoyed your show today.
Goodbye.